Oh, lots of water.
Shit.
I was so, oh my God. Okay. The timing was palpable there. I was very excited. Hey.
I managed to mute myself before it went live so that you didn't all hear. But now you got to hear my interpretation of it instead. Ha 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 ha.
I always think that the interpretation is much nicer. You know, that's art. I think that's the definition of art.
Hello.
Oh.
So this is what happens when you have a rolly chair.
Oh, you don't have the mine breaks, but I guess as soon as you sit on it, it rolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
like it has brakes. Okay.
Oh, I
it
just
has,
sat
like,
in there too
auto
quickly.
wheels. And when you aren't sitting on it, like if there isn't a certain amount of weight,
Mhm.
the wheels don't wheel very well.
Oh, that's
on purpose.
right.
Safety.
That's nice. Could you theoretically stand on it? You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
No,
still.
because your weight would then be on it.
Yeah, that's not safe for work, Scott. This is a family-friendly stream.
something transition to
Oh,
later. We'll bring it back later. It's gonna be good.
that would have been a good segue. Damn
Yeah,
it.
that's okay. Remember that time when Scott said something kind of silly? Here's a segue.
Here's Burble on a segue.
Burble on a Segway.
Now I'm at least 5 feet tall. It's not that tiny.
Burble.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Viewers out there.
What is now? What
it
on
was
earth
him
does
having sex. It wasn't great.
now? What does that mean?
I don't know what does it mean. It was 2018, so it was 4
Yikes.
years ago.
A lot of things
The
were
before
happening.
times.
Yep.
A
Changeling.
long, long ago.
A long
It
ago.
would have been Changeling.
It would have been Changeling,
So was Braum, I guess.
but I
Yeah.
wonder if I was referring to.
Yes, well done, the Lady Kyoko. Thank you, the Lady Kyoko. I quite enjoyed that, the Lady Kyoko.
Yay!
Why am I so sort of
All right, I gotta
robot?
ask.
I loved it.
Yes,
I
yes.
loved it.
Who's the worst lover in Changeling history?
Changeling history.
All Changeling
Well, like
history?
our game.
Auric.
NPCs included.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't even ask. That's
You
the
think
answer.
it's Porter?
That's the answer.
I think it's Reggie.
Oh.
I've arrived.
I can't picture him being anything but an absolutely selfish lover.
You've accepted my seed, now get out.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, I hate it.
Now, if you're asking
hey.
amongst the PCs,
This is a family stream of
how's
sexual
sexual
objects.
hygiene? That. Yeah. Same day? No. 3 days later for some reason.
Are slugs or robins notoriously terrible sexual partners? Probably not.
I would not consider them sexual.
Yeah, there we go.
That's fair, actually. Yeah,
Sorry,
that's a good
elevator
point.
slug.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Elevator slug reproduces by mitosis.
Nice. Now we got 2 of them. That's exciting.
Brahm's a fantastic lover by default, though. I just want to make that clear.
By default.
You can't be that large and not be in charge.
I've been told many times being in charge is what is important in the bedchambers. Oh, sorry, we call them rooms now. It's my apologies. Bedrooms.
That
The amnesia made him
Just
forget
keep
what
telling
century we
yourself that.
were.
Clearly.
that's fine.
Very clearly. Oh, bye, weirdness.
Why does weirdness have to go?
Because we ruined
Their
everything.
Yeah, Reggie. Reggie.
Do you think it's
Leech
Reggie,
away.
though? Do you think it's actually Reggie?
Yes.
Do you have like an answer that you're like, canonically, this is the
I don't
worst
have a
le-
canonic answer.
I'm, yeah. I'm quite convinced.
Dude,
Oh,
The Gooch guy.
Gooch
the,
guys.
the Gooch, I think we called him.
they
What's his
probably
name?
think
It's
they're
probably Chad.
awesome in bed, and they're probably really not.
Ugh.
Oh, that was great, thanks.
Is John a little low to anyone else?
Oh, little high, little low. Let's try that.
All right. So why don't you just like get on into the bedroom? Like I'll be right there. I gotta stare at myself in the mirror for a couple of minutes. Pump myself up a bit. Like some self affirmations. Like, all right, you got this. Go for it, bro.
That's actually really sweet. No?
Yeah.
I think that's really sweet.
Except I'm like leaving you there in my room. And I should tell you that my room is a bare mattress lying on the ground.
Oh,
There's no bed frame.
Chad.
My laundry is various piles around.
Yeah.
And the blanket that I use is actually not really a blanket. It's just,
It's my towel.
Oh.
Doubles as my towel.
it's my towel.
And are there like posters of scantily clad people on the wall?
Oh, no. I you see, like I only moved in like 3 years ago, so I haven't really had time to put posters up. Oh, wait, I'm describing my own life.
Oh, Chad keeps his baseball cap on backwards.
Kate also boosted him slightly.
Yeah. Boost?
whilst having sex, for sure.
Yeah, right. Like, so for refreshment, like, oh, no, you're not really supposed to drink the water here. It's,
But I've got
I got like
mustard.
I got like a 6-pack of Natty Ice, but but the fridge is kind of on the fritz, so it's a bit warm.
Oh no!
This is getting
I
worse
thought
every
pouring was a
time.
bad date.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I burned the spaghetti for you.
Oh.
I'd feel bad
Could have
if
gone
it was,
out to dinner.
Yeah, really. I'd
be
feel bad
happy
if
to
he was
pay.
like really trying, you know? You should have spent willpower
I
on
don't
it.
eat
guess
out.
is what
I
I'm
only
saying.
eat in.
Out.
I quit. Well, this is the kind of day it is, folks. That's for sure.
We're just getting into the groove of
Yeah.
nonsense.
The nonsense groove.
Anyway, so like, how is everyone now that we've poisoned the water hole?
Oh no. Now all the savannah animals are gonna die.
All the costumes were packed up and all the props were piled in a heap. And there were a bunch of crew people disassembling the set when I last saw the theater. I did not have time to take a photo. Sorry, not sorry. But,
Thanks, Ellie Spot. That's nice.
yeah.
I like the idea that the props were, sorry, the way you said it.
There
I'm just imagining this,
definitely
like,
wasn't much
fucking-
organization going on there.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
And we just moved the props table.
there you go.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Chapter four.
Actually,
as
Chandra Magic, all of my posters are of Chris Pine because I really like the way that he treats women, and at the same time, I think that he's got like a physique that I could, he might not be the most jacked, like he's not like a Hemsworth kind of Chris, or even like an Evans kind of Chris, but at the same time, Chris Pine, I mean, can't really go wrong with that. Captain Kirk.
Opinions of characters may not be equaled by
Shared
members
by-
of RPGClinic.
I think you're thinking of a different Chris.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Chris Pine is actually,
Oh,
It's Chris
no,
Pratt
okay.
you're thinking of.
Fuck.
yeah.
There are too many Chris's.
Too many Chris
I
P's.
related to a Chris, and there are too many Chris's. Okay.
Chris P.
Someone
Bacon.
yes, someone should change their name, and it won't be me, because I already
Sorry.
have a business card.
Chris
Sorry,
Scott.
Chris Humphrey.
No, Chris Scott.
It's my father's name.
Oh no.
It's my cousin's name.
Quick.
Chris Humphrey is your
Yeah,
cousin's name. Your dad is my cousin.
Access all of his online banking and things.
Oh, whatever.
Oh,
Good luck. Oh, I should change a few passwords.
That is your name.
I was crisped over the weekend. You can
Oh.
see this is me
Oh,
with
yeah.
foundation on my chest,
Oh,
so
wow,
you can tell.
actually?
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry. But I
also got-
hope that it heals well.
You can't really tell.
It's a way of life now. It is what it is in the summer. So it was delightful. I was outside a long
beautiful
time.
and sunny, and I went for a run today, and it feels great. And I'm very happy to be
Fucking hot.
playing the game today. That's what I'm happy to be doing. Playing the game.
Play.
Play.
Was a-okay, thank you. I just sat in an Adirondack chair in my backyard and
Today it's incredibly
turned
hot
out.
outside.
Yes.
It's not only hot outside, but it's hot inside too. Because look at the four of you, and by the four of you, I mean the three of you. I
No,
forgot
no,
how to
you're allowed to
four of
include
us.
yourself.
us.
Yeah.
You were looking at the screen.
Yeah.
How are you?
So, day 4. Who thought we would get this far?
With these characters? I'm shocked.
Yeah. Bit of a 50-50.
Really, your character doesn't really strike me as like the, I'll see if I can get myself into a lethal situation by
I thought I was going to get eaten by episode 2. I thought I was going to be eaten.
Num num.
I don't eat out. I only eat out.
Oh, all right. Why are you here, man?
I exist in this universe. You can't stop me.
He's also like member of an organization, so it might become relevant.
Whatever. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's a good point. I don't want.
Uh,
Then we can give him advice.
But wouldn't
on
it
his
be
love life.
amazing if I actually learned my lesson, and now when I'm going on dates, they're all like I'm actually much better at it because I learned, and so now maybe I'll actually be able to seduce one of you.
Is that going to happen?
No. Not whatsoever.
Yay.
Flower,
I also considered it. I considered it specifically for that reason. I didn't do it, but it was maybe a bad
Sometimes
choice.
the best thing that you can do is tell somebody why you're not seeing them again.
and on
I
that
can't see
note,
John, but he didn't tell us why.
it's okay. He'll send us a text, maybe.
Oh, hey, ooh.
He's
Or he'll just
back.
ghosted.
I wasn't trying to ghost everybody. I was trying not to blow my nose on mic.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm just gonna imitate
pretty
all the
awesome
sounds.
Spelling of Christoph.
I mean, that's the thing. Christopher, Catherine, Elizabeth, like Jonathan, even Scott. Like they're names that have been around so fucking long that there are a million variations.
That's
Scott
true.
doesn't have enough letters to get too funky with.
True.
Even Scott.
Out of the four of us, which one of us has the name that is most easily spelled?
Yeah.
I tend to agree.
And who is the one that is most difficult?
Mine is a 50-50. I think yours is.
There's so many
There's 4
variations.
really popular
There's
variations.
CK. There's whether or not the THE or just THR.
Oh, I'm talking about your whole name, not just the first name.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, even that.
Yeah.
Mine sucks too, but not as much.
How many R's? How many L's? Is there an H in John or not?
You should start putting it in your emails so that people know.
I never thought of that. Wow.
Oh, that's a good
Anyway.
question as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In what language?
Yeah. Whatever.
Hey, folks.
Games, they're challenging.
Throw up your fists. Let's see
Make
if
your
any of you
mistakes.
spent any experience. What there are. Oh shit!
Scott's favorite child.
Scott, cards on the table. Are you like, I want to spend experience and now I'm going to figure out what it is in the next 5 seconds?
No,
Oh, you already had it planned.
we actually had this discussion during last session, and I spent my experience appropriately. Would you like me to tell you what I bought?
Sure, go ahead.
I bought my first dot of investigation.
Yay!
We had this discussion, and it was a good shout. No, Avatar, although I hope to.
That thing he
Eventually.
wanted.
Yes, I'm hoping John will give me
Did you get that thing I sent you?
Actually,
a 5-dot treasure.
how much are talents? Or abilities, I should
so
say.
they're
Abilities 3 for the
current
first
times
dot, 2
2.
times current dot.
Can I buy my first dot of alertness?
It's 3 dots or 3 points. So.
I can afford said.
Alert.
I know, and I was like, I love the idea of playing a character that doesn't know what's going on, which I think is great, but I think low perception and low alertness, it's a bit much. So I'll give myself 1 at least in that.
Correct for now, Cyphus.
Let's
Correct
see.
for now. We'll see.
So
No,
I wasn't
no,
initially
yeah,
going to
like
announce this.
Maybe I should.
It was a very busy week this past week. I mean, as you noticed, there wasn't a whole lot of streams from certain people. So the grace period's being extended by a week.
Yay!
So they'll get the chance to look at things for another week just because they just didn't have the chance this time around. Michael now noticed when her phone was ringing.
Hey. Hey. What is this? 89 missed calls. Oh, sorry, Kate.
Oh, it's all good.
I did do my
What is this 80?
Yeah.
What is a Miss Ed call?
I don't know what Miss said.
So stupid. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh God.
Now that we know in terms of how much you've spent your experience, hey, remember that joke Scott made a while ago?
Yeah, I think I said something silly about getting into trouble and being dangerous. I don't actually remember.
But when you are getting into trouble and being dangerous, there's a really great set of tools that you should have on hand, and that is a safety card system, which is what we use. Each of these cards means something different. You, the audience, do not have access to these cards, but you do have options as you watch our stream, and we will get to those in a minute. A green card is a play card, meaning that despite appearances to the contrary, I am A-okay with continuing play as it is right now. The yellow card is a pause card, meaning everyone hold up, I need to make the table aware of something, and when I lower the card, means play can continue. Red card means stop. I need the game to stop completely. We all need to check in with each other. We might go to a BRB screen because we're streaming. Doesn't mean that the reason for the card doesn't mean that anyone has done anything wrong necessarily, but it does mean that we're not going to resume play until everyone at the table has said that they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
What options do you as audience members have? Glad you asked. You can message one of our moderators. We have in the chat tonight Bleeds the Light Invincible. I believe that's our moderator.
We'll be back very shortly.
We'll be back very shortly, but that is Kung Fu Fenris. And they can pass along your feedback anonymously if you so choose. You can also whisper RPG Clinic. That goes to us directly. And then another thing that you can do is to leave the stream. We would be sad to see you go, but you need to prioritize your safety as much as we have to prioritize ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are these cards recyclable? Yes, we use them every game.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know whether our continual use of the same placeholder cards are, but the eventual ones we will make will be paper and therefore recyclable.
No, they won't.
We will allow for free for people to print at home so that they can make them printable and recyclable themselves.
Mm.
The ones we're planning on, I think, are plastic.
It might be recyclable plastic.
It might be recyclable, but they won't be paper.
No.
They'll be plastic coated paper? I actually have no
I have no idea.
fucking
No,
idea.
it's
Now
pure
that you mention
plastic.
it,
We
yeah.
picked the 100% plastic option, so we just have to find out whether we just have to consume it ourselves in order to recycle.
Well, then the trade-off is that we're choosing something that hopefully will last forever.
Yeah.
It's-
Whoa.
We've
Yeah.
been wandering around with plastic playing cards in our pockets
Yeah.
for a while to see how durable they are, whether or not they'd also be appropriate for LARP play. And
Yeah.
so far, it seems like it's been pretty good.
I've had 3 in my overalls pockets since I first got them. They've gone through the wash. They've,
Actually,
yep.
nice.
And not intentionally. I
That's
forgot that they
fine.
were there, but yes, they've.
And as will come as a
Been on a
surprise to no
journey.
one, mine got immediately and irrevocably fucked up in my pockets. As will come as a surprise to no one.
What I appreciate about them is that while they are plastic and like thus won't rip or bend too easily, they are not so uncomfortable that if you are subject to the tyranny of no pockets and you choose to jam them slightly into your clothing somewhere, they have enough bend to them that they will not just stab you.
Yeah.
And they have rounded corners and stuff. So, you know,
Seems like a win all around.
I will carry one of mine around in my bra for the coming week to test this theory.
safety.
Safety.
Like Gambit.
I thought it would just be a subtle way to let people know. You know, you're like, oh, it's
Green.
nighttime. I wonder what's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Is it green or is it yellow or is it red?
This is what anyway, this is what my parents were warning me about
no.
when they talked about the kids today. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Those kids today always putting their traffic light coated cards in their undergarments. Anyway.
That's cool, Ellie Spot. Our money would survive trips through the wash. Our money is either made of metal or a polymer.
Yeah.
So
Rock on. Which is cool. I like our money.
Yeah.
I also like
and
money.
it
so-
is legitimately maple scented. I know because I have handled cash and been like, why does it smell like maple? And then I realized it's because I'm stacking 50s. The 50s and upward, they have some amount of maple scent in them.
So
as part of
Money
the
bags
security
over
feature.
here.
Yeah, when
Casual handling of 50s and hundos.
It's called working in accounts receivable.
Fair.
And some random dude comes out with a wad of cash to pay off his like $1,000 bill, and you're like, "Why are you paying this in cash?" Oh well, let me count
No,
this.
don't ask.
Yeah.
I am going to ask something, though.
Yes.
What happened last session?
Last session, During a meal at the Elgin Street Diner, this trio here learned that the strange occurrences at the various sport games in the city of Ottawa are not isolated incidents. They are starting to occur with a greater and greater frequency.
The news broadcast mentioned Dr. Riverwild, and our group chose to track him down and spoke to him, finding out that he is recommending to the governments to cease all sport. Our group was not pleased with that outcome, tried to discourage him of progressing on it, perhaps with a certain amount of scariness, and continued outward with the plan.
We split up and each attended one sport event to see if anything would go down. Det is pursuing a referee who called the game early. Nothing seems to have happened at Burble's game, but at the Ultimate Frisbee game Mickle was attending, a fight was about to break out, a huge one, and there's also an explosion.
You were at you were at a boxing match and a hockey game broke out?
I was at an Ultimate Frisbee game. Thank you very much.
It does feel like that sometimes.
So vicious.
Oh, it was field hockey. Great. I wrote down game, but not like game. Now I remember. Thanks, brain.
We live based on what people assume of us. That's not always a bad thing. I mean, you could make the case that like your parent or guardian expects you to be a good person and you want to live up to that expectation. Your teachers look at you and they see potential for the future and you want to try and emulate what they've decided you can be. The whole fake it till you make it kind of situation. And yet also, of course, there are times where that is not necessarily going to be useful. Somebody is going to assume that you'll act in a certain way because of the activities that you enjoy or because of what you, where you went to school or the way that you look, fashion choices you make, all of these things. They can be wide-ranging, they can be very narrow. And role-playing is often a game of figuring out where to bend these rules, where to break them, where to adhere to them, where to really kind of like bite into that. And the best part about Changeling for me is that it is full of ways to suggest things you can do and then beyond. If you had asked me if I was going to be like, okay, so I'm going to run a Changeling campaign and I'm going to focus it around sports I don't play, I may not have said, oh yeah, that's happening.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Not that I do not have respect for a lot of these sports, but I have never successfully ridden a skateboard, for instance. I've actually never really tried, so I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, I just fell down. Like
I tried once and almost fell off, and I was like,
geez.
I'm not good at this.
Nah, we're good here. Yeah.
I think really I'd be more into like extreme scooter.
Like on a razor? Like one of those sick little razors? Those are cool.
Oh, check it out. Anyway.
You stepped off it and spun it around, and then you stepped on it again.
Hey, I was 12 once.
So we're online right now, which means that also we're on Twitch. And as we're on Twitch, or perhaps on YouTube, or perhaps on Spotify, people are going to make expectations of the four of us. Not just based on the fact that we're on Twitch or whatever, but also because they've seen the games we've played before. Don't forget that it's all right to hold on to the things that make us us. And it's all right to also try something new. Like, for instance, That's right.
You did something.
I've never played with just a little bit of...
Unfortunately, it's
the
blocked by
microphone
the
is
mic.
entirely blocking
You're gonna have to
it
go a
for
bit
both
lower,
me
John.
and the camera.
I have to go build...
You gotta go a bit lower so that the people can see you see.
It's almost July.
Oh,
We've
God, he's
lost
stuck.
our minds.
So you split the party last session, so you are filling right into your stereotypes.
My intention was this to be downtime scenes.
No, but it's
But
It's exciting stuff.
that's assuming that nothing happened and John is too good to us to let us do nothing.
I know you hit on it in the recap, but just remind people very quickly about where you are and what you are currently trying to do.
I'm assisting with nothing untoward happened at my soccer game, so I'm making sure that my phone is available in case anyone needs to call me. I'm handing out orange slices to the young women who are playing.
Why not?
I was at a field hockey game. The ref called the game, and I'm chasing him because it seemed like an odd point at which to call the game.
I am running towards an explosion. I've just cast Confounding Coils on myself. I have that for a round. We're going to see what's going down. I'm pulling out my phone.
All right. We're actually going to start with you, Dad.
Okay.
So you're chasing. On your way through like the crowd and over. The ref is booking it, but that's not necessarily kind of something that you would know from your time playing professional hockey is that especially in the past couple of years, referees have needed escorts to parking lots.
Yeah.
There have been times where leagues have had to pay for security outside referees' doors after particular matches. It's not an easy time. Pardon me, it's not an easy time to be a referee.
And especially in hockey, you have so little padding. You get hit by so many pucks.
Yeah. Ouch.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you get to do that cool thing where you like jump up over the puck, so it goes underneath.
Hopefully, or people just yell at you for daring not to hop soon enough. Yeah.
This referee, though, I mean, this is a youth soccer
yeah.
game. They're not going to start, or not soccer,
Field hockey.
field hockey. So they're not going to send, for that poor bastard who's probably like 15, 16 years old. Although this kid's around 17, and he is ducking through alleyways, just not interested, trying to get away as fast as he can. It's not clear whether or not he's noticed that you're tailing him, though.
All right. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm tailing him. I'm trying to actually catch up to him to talk to him.
Are you like calling out to him?
If we're at the point where he's ducking through alleys, then yes. Yes.
So what are you saying?
Hey, hold up a second.
He glances back, and you know what? Actually, let's see.
Do you have a friendly face?
You do have a friendly face. Roll me a
Oh.
charisma streetwise.
That's nice.
Ooh.
Friendly face.
That's right. You know it's a new campaign because we're rolling streetwise for like.
For like 2 seconds.
That is 3 successes, assuming diff 7 or less.
So he slows when he's sure that he's in an alleyway, but also when he knows that there's at least some
Exit.
distance between the two of you. He turns around. What?
A lot of strange things have been happening at sports games. Is that why you called the game early?
Unsportsmanlike conduct is not a reason to continue playing.
It's not a reason to end the game either. That's a reason to take a break usually. Look, I'm not trying to fight with the ref. I know that you get the shit all the time. It's just strange things have been happening at sports games. And I'm trying to find out what's happening.
I'm not interested in justifying any of my decisions to anybody, okay? But there's definitely like fear behind his eyes. Not necessarily fear
someone-
to you.
Did someone tell you to call this game?
I'm not supposed to discuss any decision that I make during the course of a game with anyone. Especially not parents.
I'm not a parent.
Also, you're definitely not old enough to be a parent.
Yeah, well, I'm 25. I could have, but not for the age, because I think
For
I was
like a-
watching teens or something.
Yeah, you were watching
yeah,
like
yeah.
15-year-olds.
Yeah. 25, I can have a kid.
Fuck you.
I'm so grown up. I want to make sure that you and everyone playing sports in the city are safe. If someone told you to call that game, I need to know.
There's been a lot of violence in games recently.
Yes.
We're we warned both teams that unsportsmanlike conduct would be met with games ending prematurely.
I would like to perception subterfuge to see if he's telling the truth.
Okay, go for it.
Perception subterfuge.
This is a 17-year-old kid. He's probably lied to his parents once or twice.
Yeah.
Give 6, so 3 successes.
Okay, that beats my 1.
Sweet.
He's not lying to you.
Pass those things.
Oh yeah.
He definitely doesn't feel like he's comfortable saying these things, but he's not lying to you.
Was this a choice you made based on your experience as a ref beforehand, or was your organization make the choice to call the game?
Look, lady, I'm telling you what happened, okay?
That's why I'm asking follow-up questions.
Why should I tell you?
Because I care. Because a lot of young women in this city look up to me as an athlete. I want to be able...
He just sort of like, there's this eye squint.
Friendly
Like,
face.
who are you?
As an athlete, I want to have answers for them the next time a camera is shoved in my face.
I was told by the league to close the game down if there was any violence or even a hint of it.
Then thank you for doing your job. Do you think you're going to be okay to get home?
Is there anyone else around behind us?
I don't know, is there?
No.
I don't know if it's possible to delete the message.
Yeah. You could hit that. I think it's that one.
Yeah, I don't know. There we go. Thank you.
It may not.
I think it. I
Yeah.
just think in chatbot it doesn't.
Yeah,
but
no,
I think
it's
in
It's still on our main one, but
that I don't think we can share.
Great.
Oh,
Do
wow.
people want to put some emojis in chat, please, and thank you.
Yeah, throw some emojis in chat.
can we see some sport emojis, please? The sportiest.
The sportiest?
Sporty Spice would be our number 1 choice, but if you
Of
don't
course.
have that,
I'll find some here.
Otherwise, great. So I'm gonna let him go.
doesn't even know how to spell the things he's trying to like.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, low tier troll, right? Come in, get banned. Oh, I piss people off. Yeah, let's go find another one. Oh, I'm so cool. I honestly,
Life is coming through.
yeah. I feel
Weirdness
like
got hockey as well.
I feel like I honestly often just picture that it's like a group of 12-year-old boys that are all around one computer and they're all egging each other on. Like that's how I do my best to not just let it roll off my back. I'm just like, no, they're dumb kids.
Yeah.
They think this
Honestly.
is funny.
And they're gone now.
Yep.
And been replaced with sport.
Sport. Thank you for sport.
Thank you for sport.
It's a lot of sport. I'm a little overwhelmed, honestly. That's good.
And as soon as he has his back turned, I'm going to twinkling of an eye out of the alley.
He turns back around and like that,
She's gone.
she's gone.
That'd be real spooky. If you were a
And
teen.
then I'm gonna check my phone / text my friends to see what's up.
Yes, at least spot.
I have sent a single emoji of a tombstone that says "rip" to these two, and that's it.
I mean, obviously, I send back a full text message. That's not particularly useful.
I'm not
Nicole.
checking my phone anymore.
Okay.
So that's what we got.
Nicole's in
Your
trouble.
phone app.
So
Find my friend.
you called for an ambulance.
I had someone else call for an ambulance.
Well, sorry, that's correct.
Yes.
You did the right thing. You pointed at someone and said you, and you addressed them to make sure that they saw you and recognized you, and you told them to call 911, which is the emergency number here in North America, and you ensured that they went off and did it, which meant that you wouldn't fail a first aid class like I saw several people do a couple of weeks ago.
Goddamn.
Oh no, that was 2 years ago.
Time
Oh,
has
pandemic.
no meaning.
Yeah, nothing
It
means.
felt like a couple of weeks ago when I got my first aid re-upped.
Hey.
But yeah, he was like, all right, so here's your scenario. And they'd be like, oh, but nobody called 911. So you're doing CPR for like 60 minutes.
Oh,
you
God.
pass out. Then someone needs to help you.
Wow.
I'm like, well, that's great. And then there was an explosion, or at least the sound of an explosion that you
Yeah.
hear. So Where are you at?
Yeah, so this is the thing. I want to see what the explosion is, but I don't want to let the injured person out of my sight, especially because I think a lot of people bailed when they heard the explosion.
They they were already kind of bailing, and then the explosion happened, and then, everyone's sort of scattering.
God damn it, people. So I've cast Confounding Coils on myself. And I take out my phone and I send that one emoji. It's like my most used emoji, so I just send it. So I don't...
Workout left me tombstone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your patient sort of blinks a few times and then tries to sit up a bit.
Don't sit up.
Hey, what's your name?
Mickey.
What happened? What's going on?
You got fucked up at Frisbee.
What?
You got fucked up at Frisbee. Fuck.
Why?
How the fuck should I know it's Frisbee?
It's
like pancake toss.
You hear the sounds of sirens. Police sirens, not ambulance.
Oh, fuck.
Not again.
Don't leave me, okay? Please.
Is there anyone else around, or are they all fucking gone?
Everyone is fled.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well,
How about what's in the direction of where the explosion came from? Can I see anything? Do I see smoke? Screams?
You see some smoke, and then you see that there's been, you know what? I'm even gonna make a rule for this. Somebody has basically tossed a Molotov cocktail into a car.
What?
oh shit.
Welcome to the
Like
world
a
of
real on
darkness.
riot.
Oh
I
my
like it.
God.
Oh, damn. Riot
Just
time.
one. But now, as the car is on fire, there's a couple of people who are like shoving the car from side to side as if they're planning on tipping it over.
Oh my God.
And then you hear like the warning whoops of sirens as cops are like trying to chase them away from said
I've heard,
car.
yeah.
Okay. As, you know, unfortunate yet like kind of exciting. This is, it doesn't seem particularly supernatural to me yet. So I think I need to, I don't want to get arrested for getting wrapped up in this car flipping stuff.
How much law do you have?
None.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to get arrested for flipping a car and stuff,
Sure.
being around it. But if I stay with this injured party, I'll look good.
Wow.
So
Take advantage of those good Samaritan laws while you can.
that is why you do the right thing. Because you look good.
because you look
doing it.
good. Okay, I'll stay with you until something else demands my attention. What's your name?
Charlie.
You been frisbeeing long?
Yeah. Do I know you from school?
No.
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
You can be sick.
It's not an uncommon
There.
side effect of concussions.
Yeah, damn it. I mean, I have 3 medicine, and I had rolled earlier, I think. Is there anything else I can do for Charlie?
Honestly, he needs to go to a hospital. Mm-hmm. He needs to be observed, but otherwise it's fine. Like, he's definitely not like bleeding out and being like, hold my hand while I
think I can put it back in.
All right, well, because all the other fuckers can't be trusted to call 911, I am going to call 911 and see if anyone actually did before they fucked off.
As you pull out your phone, you hear, ma'am, and there are 2 police officers who are walking in your direction. Not threateningly, but they're...
Bro.
Did you see what happened over here? Hey! And then they start running as they see that there's somebody lying down next to you.
I informed some bystanders to call 911, but I believe the Molotov went off before they could do so.
No, we know that there's an ambulance on the way. What's your name?
My name is Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. And you? Bleh.
Are they wearing like what looks like proper badges and uniform?
Comma up.
Yeah, there you go.
Roll me your perception streetwise. Do you have streetwise?
I do. I have 2.
Oh, see, there you go.
But no alertness.
Now I have 1 alertness.
Yeah, that's good.
Are they up?
Oh, well, anyway, to each their own, clearly.
That's 1 success.
I should
They look like legit police.
Great.
One of them crouches down. You see that they're starting to basically do the first aid you've already done, like figure out how responsive and all of that sort of thing.
They are concussed. They need to get to the hospital.
Yeah, no, we've got an ambulance on the way. Don't worry. What happened here?
Everyone started fucking each other up at Frisbee. And there was a Molotov cocktail in a car. Car was flipped.
I tell you, it seems like every single time we go out this week, it's because of something that's happening at these games. It's not a game.
It's the way of life.
Thanks, Charlie.
Oh, what other instances?
Oh,
It's been in the news. Kids games, beer leagues. It just seems like people are just more on edge. And it's getting worse.
Getting worse.
Well, it seems like it's happening a lot. And I haven't seen a car get firebombed at one of these things. Have you?
I don't go to a lot of Frisbee, but no.
No?
No, I never. Why?
Is this your brother?
This is Charlie. We met recently
Why are you at this game?
because I've always been interested by Ultimate Frisbee.
I thought you just said you don't go to a lot of games.
This was my first one.
You picked the wrong one, Mickey.
How was I supposed to know people were gonna fuck each other up?
I don't know. It's just another crazy night in Wizard City.
Damn it. You're right. There are researchers running their mouths off saying that sport is evil.
Well, I think maybe something's got to be done.
What would you suggest?
I don't know, but it's getting worse and people are getting hurt.
But why is it getting worse, though? Where is it coming from?
I don't know, Mickey. I'm just a police officer.
Damn.
The other person's like, no, come on. We're not supposed to say we're just police officers.
God damn it.
The ambulance arrives shortly thereafter, and Charlie is loaded up onto the ambulance. The police are like, hey, are you going with them?
No.
Hey, thanks for staying with me. I'm sorry if I barfed on your shoes.
If you had, you would have been way more fucked up.
So the police were
Goodbye,
like,
Charlie.
police are like, what?
Wait.
What's this?
If he had if he puked on my shoes, we would.
Hey, wait a minute. You said something about a researcher?
Mm-hmm.
Stay here for a second, would you?
How far away do they go?
They're like standing next to the ambulance where you are as well.
Okay. I will stay here for now.
One of them steps away and starts speaking into her radio quietly and keeps looking up at you.
I'm bailing.
Classic.
So
Wait,
you start
is my confounding coil still active or has it expired?
by now, yeah, it's expired.
Balls. Okay, no, I won't run yet.
Do you mind if I ask you where you were this afternoon?
Okay, now I need to recap our timeline here.
This
So-
is
This is the same day, right?
No, wait, is it?
Yes, it was that
Yeah, it was
night.
the
It was
same
that
day.
night.
'Cause
Yeah.
we were going to go
didn't
every
we let
night.
a few days pass because we were trying to hit up all these sports?
So the plan was that over the next several nights we'd hit up a lot of sports. Me thinking, oh, this will be a way for us to pass several days, and he was like, that night.
That night.
Okay, so it's
So
the
this
same
night.
day.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, sounds right.
I was at the Elgin Street Diner.
You didn't visit Carleton University at any time?
Of course not. I'm not a
Because-
student there. I'm not staff, faculty.
Somebody matching your description seems to have threatened a researcher who was speaking out against sport.
Oh, that researcher on the news is at Carleton? Wow.
You have no idea what we're talking about?
Of course not.
I think maybe we're going to have to ask you some questions if you don't mind coming with us.
Is you already asking me questions now?
It's a bit more comfortable if we ask at the station.
Am I under arrest?
Do you want to be?
Ooh, okay.
Mikkel has experience with the law and says exactly what needs to be said.
No dots in law.
Correct.
No,
yes.
No, but she has
No, but
Dotson
experience with
Streetwise.
The law.
The
yeah.
law.
Capital T.
Okay,
capital L.
Dotson Streetwise, great.
So whatever she's gonna say, whatever her usual thing is, it's not necessarily
Red rum.
Red rum.
Those are usual.
We'll always have Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you trying to do?
I mean, she doesn't want to get in the car.
Okay, she wants to try to avoid going to the station.
Absolutely.
Okay, roll me your charisma streetwise at a difficulty of 7.
I will spend another willpower because, you know. That is 4 successes.
Oh,
That's how it happens.
shut my
Well,
mouth.
You
shit.
spend the willpower and you get all the successes.
That's
you
the thing.
don't,
You don't, you get
botch.
nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have some identification just in case we need to contact you again?
Yeah, of course. I show my driver's license. Mickey Holmes.
Okay, they write some stuff down. Thanks.
Oh yeah, my red cap frailty. So should that have been a diff 8?
Is it?
Oh no, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a charisma. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, of
you have to
course.
reroll.
Okay. So I still spend my willpower.
Then technically, actually, that makes it a diff 9.
Yeah, it's +2, I think, right?
It's +2 difficulty.
Okay.
I think.
Would I still
We're just
do
gonna
it?
check. I want to make sure because I keep thinking of. Look, I played a lot of
is
second edition.
definitely
Yeah,
+2. I
Yeah.
don't know whether red cap is
I think
+2.
red caps are the
Yeah,
same.
whatever
We're about to
bound
find
energy.
out.
I mean, you spent a willpower,
Red
Liz.
caps.
I did spend a willpower.
Yeah, botch.
True.
It is +2 difficulty or greater.
Okay.
Or greater.
Or greater.
Yuck. So, like, just in case your ST wants to make it a nice sliding scale of
Do I still
impossible.
bother? Yeah, why not?
You gotta
So
try.
difficulty is 9.
Okay.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Oh, that's 3 successes.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you get lucky.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just
Okay.
look. We'll call you if we need to about this. Thank you.
Hey, I hope you catch the piece of shit,
Of course, Miss Holmes.
Ms.
I said Ms.
Sounded like Miss.
I'm trying not to fuck up the mic. Sorry. Ms. Holmes.
Yep.
SimCity 2000 just.
Aw, nice.
Mikkel would also like to take their badge numbers.
Ooh.
They are not happy about that, but they will let you do it.
Excellent.
Okay. So the three of you are now
Starbucks card.
free.
Huzzah!
As in, get back together again, please.
Great.
Whee!
I assume that you and I would have coordinated because we're capable of texting and
Yeah.
then eventually coordinated with you. Should we reconvene at the Freehold for simplicity's sake?
Do you want to investigate the ultimate frisbee arena? Because shit went down.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do
will
that.
meet you there.
Yeah, perfect. So we can reconvene at the site of this ultimate frisbee game
Showdown.
gone wrong.
Yeah.
There's, a burnt out husk of a car, and presumably like increased, police presence. So keep your fucking head down, please. No, we're good.
Friendly face.
What happened, Mikkel?
Riot fights. Someone got fucked up. Molotov, car flip. Police. Almost bad for Mikkel.
I don't.
Why use many word when few word do trick?
Thank you. Exactly what I was thinking.
Is that an accidental haiku?
Close to it.
Now, don't take this in any way other than the way in which it's intended, Mikkel. But did you do that?
No, there was a tussle at my game too. As soon as things started smelling like they might get unhappy, the ref called the game, and apparently at least the Field Hockey League has decided that that's the policy going forward.
Fascinating.
Because a goal got unmoored.
Well, there's a lot of
happens
fear
like
around what's
7
been
times a
happening.
game. It happens more during playoffs because, delay of game.
But
Anyway,
people,
sorry,
no. There's obviously fear in the city around what might happen.
Something going on.
Exactly. I agree. I wonder if participants in team sports in this region, in this county, might be under some sort of...
It's in the water.
It's in the water.
I don't know. Isn't that like the thing in movies?
It is.
It's in the water.
No. That's. And there's no way that this has to do with the spirit of competition and competitiveness and team play. Something or someone wants to disrupt it.
Is there a way to convey that through the city's water supply?
It's possible, I suppose. It would probably be affecting everybody, though, no?
Well, all the sports are sportsing. Actually, has it happened? Has it happened yet in any professional leagues? It is summer. Ottawa does not have a baseball team. I'm sure they have.
There's
They have
I don't know
the
if it's
Senators,
semi-pro, but the Ottawa Lynx are a big baseball team.
Yeah,
I don't know
They're
what
not
league they
MLB.
fucking play in. Well, yeah. It's probably the
there was
OLB
also
or
the
some bullshit.
NDT Lynx.
Oh,
That's a cute tie-in to my history. Anyway, don't
I
mind
like
me.
that.
Ottawa Lynx. They're a minor league baseball team that compete in the AAA league. So they're actually they're not nothing.
Yeah.
Now, are they any good? I don't
Doesn't
believe
matter.
so. Yeah, no,
I just
that's
mean
correct,
like
yeah.
I went to a Lynx
So-
game. It was fun.
oh,
Yeah.
It's the highest level of play in
Has-
minor leagues.
anything gone wrong at their game? / have they had a home game since this started?
No, it hasn't hit the professional leagues yet.
Yeah. So they've had a game in town since it started, and there was no tussle.
Sure.
Great. I just want to.
No, I
Yeah,
get it. You're
yeah.
trying to establish a pattern.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
that's
then
legit.
you're right. It's not the water, unless they're too cool to drink water because they have all that Gatorade sponsorship.
It's
You
possible.
should drink water, even if you have Gatorade.
Thanks, Dad. I'll keep that in mind.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Who are you talking to?
The next reporter that shoves a fucking microphone in my face.
Yeah. The cops were saying,
What? What?
The cops were saying that they have been responding to a lot of these incidents all week long.
It's in the Axe body spray.
What? I don't think that's the connecting piece of... I don't think that's the link here.
Det, one of your teammates is calling you.
What's up?
Like, I don't know if you have a profile pic of the two of you being like, bah.
Probably, or like with
Oh
their arms
my-
around each other. Probably like drinking Gatorade out of like some,
Because funnily enough,
Large
at the
receptacle.
professional levels, yeah, actually, you should drink Gatorade.
Yeah.
You need those
Not,
electrolytes.
ooh, not as your only liquid. The table was close. You need to
Is
drink
there something
it.
that I offended?
It was like it was slippery glass and it just
Oh,
slipped out of my
okay.
hand. God.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I realized you were sitting in for big Gatorade.
Well, we're still mad about losing that sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear?
What?
Turn on the news.
Oh, fuck.
I'm not at a TV. What's the news?
Then look it up.
Okay. You could have texted me. I can't look at my phone while I speakerphone. CBC Ottawa.
The Ottawa mayor has declared a moratorium on all organized sport outside of professional leagues.
Asshole. Insert slew of obscenities.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
I am not leaning in to the Irish stereotypes of Chloricons as much as she likes to go to pubs and sing pub songs.
Love a good pub.
Oh, I was actually quoting Homer Simpson.
Oh.
Because the episode where he has a swear
Oh,
jar,
yeah, he's like, ooh.
he steps directly onto a nail and he goes, fiddle-dee-dee.
Yeah.
That will require a tetanus shot.
I
That's very funny, actually.
I'd
Tribal
rather
nuts. I don't have to swear, but I will tear this doghouse down.
This is ass.
No way. It means that there's no competition for us anymore. Am I right? She's joking, but not very well.
Yeah, I mean, that'll definitely guarantee us more sponsorship bucks. You know, all those teen parents, they'll really throw money at us. Parents of teens. Phrasing.
Anyway, I just thought you might be interested to know.
Yeah, I am.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's ass.
Super ass.
I don't understand. If
So, Jerkface McDoctor McFace got his way.
yes, Dr. Revolt, yes, Jerkface, Dr. Jerkface, Doctor.
Let's go break his kneecaps.
No,
Didn't
Mickle.
you already?
I threatened to,
It can't.
and I intend to see that threat through now.
It's not 100%. I don't think it's 100% his fault.
No, of course not. It's whatever the hell is going on.
I was operating under the assumption that these events were being used to generate large amounts of glamour, of passion, of anger that could be harnessed somehow.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling all of those right now.
Exactly. What do you do?
Harness me.
What-
Don't harness me.
All right, John, I think we're going to have to fade to black.
So for the first time in one of our campaigns, I wasn't actually involved in the first FTB at all, and apparently the three of you were.
Hooray!
Yeah, first time for
So-
everything, you know?
You know.
Let the record show. That's not what's
Oh,
happening.
someone is messing with their cable.
That might
Was
be
it me pretzeling myself? Is it better now?
Thank you, Ellie Spot.
Your pretzel.
What?
Harness me.
I don't know how, okay? I don't know how yet. We'll find a way at some point. I don't know. What's the purpose of getting everything canceled? Why would you want to remove this source of joy unless you were actively attempting to remove... I don't know.
There's an
Whoa.
there's an outbreak of
Oh my
typos
god.
in chat right
Oh,
now.
whoa.
Jesus.
It's funny. I'm now operating under the assumption that somebody somewhere in the city believes that the best way to remove glamorous happenings, passion, feelings, the best way to remove it is bit by bit, is to strip away dreamers' abilities to dream through competition. I don't know. There's so many other ways to do it, though. It's got to be more specific. I don't know why I'm asking you guys. I just thought we could.
Are you
Okay.
standing on the ultimate frisbee
Yeah,
pitch?
basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
like this. We're like dads lined up in front of a barbecue. Just like, well, shit sure went down.
Unhappy.
Yeah, that's gonna need a few more minutes.
Well, there's your problem.
What was the cause, Mickle?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some kid got really fucked up. Charlie,
How is he? Okay.
he's concussed. He'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
So,
Hmm.
was their goal to end adolescent sport and youth sport? Or Was their goal to harness all of these emotions? Will they be mad that they're source of glamour, or if they're not one of us and they're an evil scientist? I don't know.
That's fine.
Will they seek it somewhere else, and will they go to professional sport, or will they go to something else?
Yeah, like, did the people who want to stop sport, are they working with the people who are fucking up sport?
Yeah.
Or are they two different things?
Yeah. Like, is it one person who hates sports and now won their goal by doing this? Or, yeah.
Every bone in my body is telling me that we need to continue to study the phenomenon, to see if it spreads, to see if there's what the next stage is, but we're gonna run out of time.
There's no more phenomenon to spread, Burble.
The three of you get a text message.
Sport is done.
Talkative bones.
It's
Check
from
on.
Jan. We've just received word that our event is canceled by order of the city.
Right.
Your roller
Thanks
derby
for
event.
trying. Sorry. I'll still be in on Saturday. LOL. Thumbs up. Send.
I will also respond, but with a slightly different tone of like, very sorry to hear it, Yan. We're on the case. Exclamation point, and then the glasses, buck teeth emoji.
The
They
nerd
just
emoji.
said no organized sports.
So disorganized sport.
What if it was disorganized?
That's not really a thing.
So, okay, but actually, like, if you go to a soccer field and a bunch of people show up and kick a ball around, should we go camp out at soccer fields next? Or, like,
We should
other
start a game.
such? Yeah, like a pickup,
Yeah. We should start a game.
whatever term that my character would know that
And then when someone comes to arrest us for breaking the peace, we run.
Arrest
Break their
them.
kneecaps.
Wait.
So just
I
to,
was joking. And I don't
just
think
to be
you were.
absolutely clear, it's organized sport.
Yes.
If you started kicking a soccer ball around, you wouldn't be necessarily
Okay.
doing
Okay, we need to
organized.
kick
Right,
a
right,
soccer
right. It's
ball
not a
around
curfew.
in a track. Children or adolescents, and this sounds like a really bad plan, but I think you two understand what I'm trying to get at, which is we need to disorganize an organization of the target demographic to see if it happens again, which means we're also pulling youth into potentially getting harmed, which sounds garbage.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just go back to keeping my stick on the ice.
What?
Could all of you roll a die for me, please?
Hey.
I also got a 3.
7.
Cool. Mikkel, your phone feels a little heavier than it did before.
Oh, God.
I check it.
This time it's the 8-bit image of the cat that's on your lock screen is lying down, and you can see that the little like speech bubble or thought bubble of its head shows like a low battery. But your phone's actual battery level is whatever it would normally be. I don't know if Mikkel is fastidious about keeping her phone charged, but
I feel like her phone is always at like 15%.
So stressful.
ow.
So stressful.
So stressful.
It's
Did you
only
do
when she's
this?
on the bus that she plugs it into like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Oh, I use my own juice.
Pay for
Use
that
the
shit.
city's
Yeah.
juice.
I'm paying for my bus ticket. Who cares if it fucks up my battery?
Did you do this?
I'm gonna go.
Cat looks asleep.
I think it's dead.
Why do you think it's dead? I'm gonna go have a look as well. The sort of does the symbol indicate that the cat is recharging or low on battery?
Low battery.
Okay, well, that's not good.
Like not charging.
Right.
Okay, what if he's doing it?
Might be his fault.
Are you
Yeah.
poking at it?
Classic.
Like the little 8-bit cat, like just squish, squish, squish.
Pixels like expand
Yeah.
every time, yeah.
Oh. It's certainly entirely possible. I mean, Score was created or birthed from competition. Maybe that's how it's staying alive. Or getting its energy, anyway.
Sorry.
So what you're saying is this thing that y'all begged me not to eat might be the cause of a bunch of innocent children
Yeah, but maybe
getting fucked up through
it's
sport.
you having told Crow and Bo how to lift better.
Don't you blame this on me.
Well, don't go around pretending to be a good person, then.
I didn't.
Like a uniquely good person. I don't mean that. I don't mean you're a bad person. I wouldn't say that you're a bad person, Nickel. Nothing like that.
Look, it's not out of the possibilities. It's probably not the water, but it might be the Gatorade, but the teen Gatorade. Maybe alcohol is like the counter.
The teen Gatorade?
The teen Gatorade.
It's all
That's
the
why.
cool flavors like
Yeah.
strawberry kiwi.
Gator teen.
Code Red Mountain Dew?
Yes.
Science.
We think Score might be gaining energy from kerfuffle, from
No, but then he wouldn't be low battery.
Yeah.
well,
Maybe
exactly,
he
because it's ended.
expended energy to make it happen. Or maybe his existence makes it happen. Or maybe it's completely unrelated.
Could someone like climb in a phone or something?
No, that's not possible. I don't think. Oh. I don't think we're yet at a point where we can really digitize ourselves to that extent. But why don't we see what recharges Score? Why don't you two fight?
I was getting ready to punch.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen.
I will, as gently as possible, go to bite Burble in the arm.
Oh my god, why?
So, just saying, you're in the middle of the public in a place that recently had increased police presence, and there may still be, as there's a corpsed out car not far from here, just before you start actively beating each other
Attacking
up.
each other. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fair.
is there anything that we need to do here before we experiment with beating each other senseless?
That sounds like a fun experiment. We were just going to investigate the surroundings.
we could
but
just
it
beat
doesn't
each
sound
other.
like there's much happening.
I wouldn't know. I can't roll for it.
There's not much around here that you can be able to see, but you are welcome to roll.
I would be curious to know if there's any lingering glamour.
Okay, that's perception, Kenning.
Thank you. I will then. Okay, here we go.
However,
Tell me.
I'll warn you that there is definitely going to be lingering glamour, but the source is here.
Right.
So
Okay. Would this then
one
be
success isn't going to be enough. I mean,
Okay.
That's really what I'm pulling out here.
getting out? This is a okay. Well, I got 3 successes.
No.
Understood.
There's lingering glamour. There was a cantrip that was cast here quite recently. But here's the thing. If the glamour was on a person and they weren't here anymore, it's probably been too long and you wouldn't be able to sense it anymore. But it means that there isn't like fireflies in the area.
Right.
Flicker flies or whatever they're
Yeah,
fireflies.
flicker flies.
Flicker flies.
Flicker flies.
So, I was like, oh, it's probably trench coat dude, so we need to look at like video footage of all the things, but he wasn't in the video footage.
And he can't be
And-
everywhere at once.
Well, or whatever, like even if he runs from sport to sport to sport to sport. But we're also showing up at a lot of games, so if we keep showing up at a lot of games, we're going to become suspects.
It's true too. And
This sucks.
there are no more games to show up to.
Oh,
Yes?
right.
Yeah.
Lame.
Well, like you said, the possibilities
String
are...
of expletives quietly.
Oh.
You can keep talking.
No. The possibilities are twofold. One, this is the goal. It was accomplished for some reason, nefarious or otherwise. Or 2, this is an unintended side effect. Someone was attempting to get passion and anger out of these young people. and it backfired horribly.
So what do we do?
What about esports?
What about esports?
What about esports?
Pop up my phone.
People get fucking pissed
Look
off.
to see if anyone smashed a keyboard into someone else's face rather than just putting their fist through the keyboard.
So I can't say for certain because I admit that I haven't checked recently. I believe that there are official esports teams in at least one or two of the universities in Ottawa
Yeah,
It's
it's big nowadays.
for various different games.
It could have been cool if it was in my day.
yeah.
Anyway.
Because any of us are good enough to be on an esports team.
I could own the guys
could be
in my
the
computer
equipment
science
manager.
class
I could pwn some
when
noobs.
I was playing Unreal Tournament.
Oh shit! Unreal Tournament.
I'm in no way trying to
Anyway.
to.
No,
Disparage
I'm
your
saying
skills.
that,
I'm just saying that you have other skills.
yes, no, I know. I'm saying back in the day it would have been cool,
I
but it
see.
doesn't
RB
exist.
Riding Club had an esports tournament. Just saying.
So what are you looking at in terms of the esports scene?
Has there been any of these outbursts at esports things?
No.
Cool.
Okay.
Is it sporty
the-
enough? Do people have to sweat? Do people sweat when they click really lots? I mean, it's air conditioned in there, isn't it?
Yes, but you're still elevating your heart rate as you attempt to focus.
Yeah, then like why not then? Do you have to be like have there been indoor sports that this has happened at?
Sporting events. The thing is, I'll point out that the
Yeah.
press does not consider esports a
Esports.
sporting event.
Great.
And the mayor has said competitive sports, organized sports, but did not say anything about esports. And someone may
probably.
eventually
Argue that it's different. Yeah.
Mhm.
argue that that's not the
It
same.
hasn't happened to us, so it's not us.
As much as they're like, but we all want to be recognized as a sport, but
This is an opportunity where they'd be
not
like,
that
oh,
recognized.
not today.
never mind.
We're not a real
I
sport
think
today.
you said we weren't a real sport.
Sweet.
Back to the Yans.
Yes, so that we can figure out what fuels this thing.
We need to figure out if score is related to all of this, and
Yes.
probably is. I believe we are walking back to the Freehold.
To the Freehold?
As indicated by our
The
RC.
Freehold or
I was
the
gonna
Elgin
say.
Street Diner?
Freehold,
The Freehold.
where we can let our freak flags fly.
And I can start biting Burble.
That's what I meant.
Ah. Why would you do that? Why would you do that first?
Okay. Yeah, you can head back.
We do. Once inside. So you were.
I instantly
Sitting.
go to bite his arm.
Oh my god!
Not super hard, but I'm holding the phone at the same time to like check what it does.
We'd have to, get
So,
into a
sorry,
bit of a tussle.
Whose arm?
A Burble's
Yours.
arm.
Okay. I'll also point out, reading aloud, you are looking at the Ottawa Braves. I just did a quick check. They're in Kansas City. Or sorry, they're in Ottawa, Kansas, not Ottawa, Ontario.
Oh,
So, not us.
in Canada.
I don't actually know if there is a Canadian team at the moment that has a team name that is
Braves. Yeah.
that.
Go Braves.
Hopefully not. I mean, there are like high schools and universities that may still do that. But yeah.
I don't think your Google failed, reading aloud. I think that there's more than one Ottawa out there.
I mean, there is another Montreal in Missouri or something.
Yeah. I mean, we have London, Ontario.
Yeah, and
Paris,
Stratford,
Ontario.
Ontario. We
Kingston,
have
Ontario.
a lot of Canada.
Wait, is that a-
Verdun is
Never
like a neighborhood, and that's part of France. Anyway, yeah, naming, especially in the New World.
Also, if you are going to Google it, it's Ottawa, Ottawa.
Thank you, Kung Fu Fenris,
Yeah.
for spelling it
There you go.
for people in chat.
So yes, Mikkel's thought, and I think all of our thoughts, is whether or not a show of violence will fuel score.
yeah,
It's very
So you're just reaching out and chomping him on the arm?
yeah. And it is not my intention to do health levels of damage.
It's still scary as fuck. So I am going to
Probably.
actually ask you to roll me your dexterity intimidation.
oh
Fun.
at a reduced difficulty, but am I resisting this at all, or
That's up to you.
Do you want to be scared?
I don't want to be scared.
And roll your willpower.
Okay.
So if it's normally a diff 6, it'd be a diff 4, or
No, this is actually you're trying to bite somebody on the arm without hurting him using teeth that can process a bus. So I'm going to say the difficulties actually would have been 7, so it's 5.
Okie dokie.
Your difficulty, Scott, is still 6.
That's 2 successes.
And just the one for me.
So you're not like, voiding yourself, but like one success would be enough for it to be like a bit like, but not more than like, it's not going to affect the way that you act right now. Just that give Mikkel a little extra consideration.
I always do. But that's fair.
I have I hold my phone kind of over towards Dad if she wants to like.
Is
look at
anything
it.
changing?
With score specifically.
No.
I'm going to punch Mikkel while like right in the cheek.
Yeah.
Are you trying to resist this at all?
No.
Are you going to like reflexively bite down?
I'm trying to
punches
punch
you
it at an angle. I guess I'm trying to punch it at an angle that would pull the teeth away. Whether or not that pulls the teeth away with our arm.
Well, you slug Mikkel in the head
Oh.
enough to knock your arm out of the jaws.
You were tasty. Sorry, that's weird.
No.
Nothing.
Okay, now you're trying to wake up the cat.
I'm just poking the cat.
And then just very lazily, the cat leaps out of the screen. Now that you're... Sorry, in the freehold, where are you?
I guess just in the entranceway. We didn't go far before I bit him.
Yeah, if you would bite him as soon as we were out of public.
I need to know where you
yeah,
are.
I need wherever. So if you bit him as soon as we walked in the door, then that's what we did.
Which is the crystalline hall.
Okay.
It's the opening of the freehold part, right?
Cat jumps out onto the table.
Do you know why you have low battery?
What? I'm just tired, that's all.
Are you tired for any reason? What were you doing?
Don't-
What made you tired?
Don't people get tired? Don't you get tired?
Weren't you just sleeping?
Might not be sleep.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm not very old. I'm brand new.
Score, something really bad happened today. You know that thing that you were there for, that time when you came into the world? It was at like it was at like a soccer game and you were the score.
Yeah.
And everything went a little crazy.
9-6.
9-6, that's right. Sorry. Well, as of right now, they're not allowed to have matches like that anymore.
Why not?
Well, apparently people have been getting really angry.
Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
That they don't have the games like that anymore. I agree.
Yeah. The cat just slumps down onto the table.
Have you been enjoying watching through our phones when we've been going to different events and stuff? Have you been watching a little bit there, buddy?
No answer.
No.
I mean, like not hard poke, but I mean, like touch and then press inward on the cat to see if he reacts.
Shift the cat along the
No,
table.
I just want to see does he open his eyes when I poke him? And if I keep pressing harder, will he eventually open his eyes?
What?
You were sleeping. Why are you still tired?
I don't know.
Stop your fucking whining.
Hey.
What do you want right now? Some fucking food? A back massage?
Probably just needs to rest.
We've been carrying him around in our fucking phones all day long.
This is correct.
Asleep.
He hasn't been doing
That's
jack
also
squat.
correct.
He hasn't
is
been
why.
walking.
Maybe he needs a little entertainment.
He has low
Does anyone-
battery
does
and
anyone
he's
wanna
trying to
play-
sleep.
Does anyone want to play a game?
Rockabye baby on the treetop. No, I can actually. My character can
the
actually
cat's
sing.
head just lifts up very slightly off the table and one eye cracks open.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. That
No,
one.
it goes
No.
back down again.
Is
Baby bow cradle and all. Also, this is an awful nursery rhyme.
It is horrifying.
You're gonna die, kid.
The long table here in the crystalline hall. Are there like place settings available? Maybe on the side somewhere.
Like for food, you mean?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
food. I'm looking for napkins.
Yeah, they're napkins.
Great. I'm gonna take a napkin. I'm gonna ball it up and use it as a ball, and I'm going to start playing catch with my friends. Mickle, catch. Yeah, I'm gonna take it too. Okay, I'm gonna go long, Mickle. I'm gonna try to back up and like throw it as far as I can.
So as you back up and throw it as far as you can, you see
Yeah, we have good sports.
Jan poking his head around. What are you doing?
We're trying to figure out why this cat is tired after having slept all day, and it's a magical computer phone cat, and we're wondering if it's to blame for all this angry sports stuff with teenagers.
And you're wondering whether it feeds on dork?
Yes.
Well, not dork, Yan. Fun. Catch. And I'm gonna throw the napkin to him. Yan,
What are you doing?
we're playing a game.
There are more games around here than just throw sock.
Of course, you're right.
Not sock. That is just because I looked down. And my sock was there.
I mean, I just like the game.
It's very hot in this chair.
Much better than throw napkin.
Than whatever it is.
Throw
yeah.
sock.
Throw napkins.
It's like one
It's
word.
hot in here, and for some reason our thermostat did not turn the temperature down, which I have fixed.
Thank you.
But I was
Minus
like,
20.
why
Now
am I
what?
boiling? And that's why I took my socks off.
That
Ego
is fair.
mode. Wrong time.
Of course. I'm gonna throw open the doors to the crease. Is there an air hockey table? There's like video games and shit, right?
Yeah, it's Ottawa's largest video game collection, actually.
Oh my god. Do they have
Ain't
a
got
copy?
nothing on
do they
Avenue
have a copy
Videos.
of Steep, the snowboarding game?
There's a ball pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing in it last time.
Yeah.
You want to get steep out?
I would love to get out a copy of a. I want to get a game out that we can play in teams.
Mario Tennis.
Sure. Mario King Tennis.
It is technically a sport and is technically played in pairs.
Yeah.
The N64 version or Mario Tennis Aces?
Oh,
for
the
Nintendo
N64
Switch?
version.
Okay, well, Mickle's choosing now.
That would be. Sorry, I'm just doing math on whether or not I know how to hold an N64.
You've probably seen people hold an N64 controller, especially if you've spent time at this freehold.
Yeah.
This is weird.
No, I agree.
It is weird.
It is weird. It's always been weird.
Oh no, Kate, makes sense.
Dad? I'm trying to keep my eyes very much on score,
On the prize.
on the prize. If I can update Yan kind of quietly, I will. We think it's possible that the competition element of the games that have been going sideways might be exciting little score here who's now sad.
But there's no competition when you're just throwing things at each other.
That's true. So, Mario Tennis it is.
Michael,
Eh.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles.
Oh.
Speed bag.
Do I know what that is, or do I?
No, I'm trying to think of a competitive, like punching shit thing, but speed bag is just like
Boxing.
Yeah. I don't want to box Mickle. It's not a
Hey.
team sport.
Competitive eating.
Boxing.
I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
I want to bring you up to something.
I don't know what Yan's voice is. I can't figure it out yet. We're working on it.
Working on it, Gil.
Darts. Me and Burble against you and Yan. Sorry, Yan, you're volunteered on Mickle's team.
I always used to say voluntold at
That
the
one.
camp.
Wait, what are the teams?
Us versus yous twos.
You're with Mickle.
On darts.
It wouldn't be fair if the Balkans were on the same team.
Yeah, you'd go fast
Exactly. No.
because we wouldn't pay attention to you.
Oh, rude.
God damn.
It's called friendly ribbing, and it's supposed to be like, no.
No way.
It's supposed to like rile you up, not just make you sad.
Oh,
I
fine.
don't want to do it anymore.
I'm getting riled up.
Damn
So
it.
you're gonna start playing darts.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you keeping score?
Yes. And I'm
Okay.
keeping score in sight in case he runs off.
So in your playing of darts, I guess a good old 301.
301.
Whatever.
Yeah, very good.
At this point, score starts becoming a little bit more lively. Starts sort of standing up, walking around. Isn't necessarily paying close attention to the game.
Mickle, you suck.
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, Dad.
Kick it? Really? You're gonna actually like do something other than bite things for once?
Oh, I'll take this dart. Wonder how far into your chest I can throw it.
Only my chest? How about up my ass?
Yeah, that's a great idea, Dad.
All right.
You're first today.
I just convinced Mickle to piss me.
What?
Guess we're gonna need another
I'm
date to black.
continuing to trash talk.
Yeah, get this dart on my ass. Yeah, further.
That's right. I just got her to offer to pleasure me.
All the way to the flights.
What a sucker you are, Mickle.
You've hit the outer ring.
Trash talk. Wrong game. Wrong game. Wrong game. Save that for Star Wars
Triple
Reach.
20s. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yes, so Dat is trying to trash talk and inspire sporting and perhaps slightly angry sporting to
did
continue to see what score does.
180. Sorry, can you repeat what you were?
I'm attempting to get competitive sports and maybe even incite slightly angry competitive sports in order to see what score does in response.
Score is ignoring the game for the Score is being very much a cat, right?
Yeah.
Where like a cat's like interested in things, and then sometimes they're like, "Nah, I'm good," and then they just start
Really?
wandering around. While you were playing darts, Score seems to be doing okay.
Cool.
When you stop playing darts and start trying to beat each other up, Score wanders out of the room.
After him.
What?
That's a call to the room.
With several strides, I want to cross the room and grab the cat
Oh
by
my
its
God.
midsection.
Gotta be
Are you
careful.
supposed to catch them by the scruff of their neck?
This is how Mickle holds cat.
Also, Det has no animal kin either, so
No,
I
that's
don't know that that's
perfectly
good either. And you're not. It's Mom.
Whoa.
Where do you think you're going?
We said he was allowed to do whatever he wanted here.
Did you like the darts?
I guess so.
Do you want to see more darts?
You should feel able to do what you want.
How's your energy level? Scale of 1 to 10.
I don't.
Get in my phone. Dude,
So, like, as you do this, the cat's face just kind of goes.
I know, that's why I'd pull it back after, like, the first time. And be like, no.
I don't understand cats.
Yun just like tilts his head and crosses his arms. Do you know how to interact with someone like this?
He's a magic cat that transforms into an 8-bit thing on my phone. A pixel thing on my phone.
That's not a magic cat.
What do you mean?
Clearly there's magic involved, yes. But Chimera don't have real world representation. Score does.
Yeah.
Treasure cat.
I'm not familiar. It might be a good idea for you to go and ask others.
Get my phone.
I know this is. Oh yeah.
All right. Could you put me down?
Oh.
Not on the.
On the phone
Like
screen.
now the cat's just like.
On my phone screen. Waiting for him to disappear into my phone.
The cat jumps off back onto the table, and then from the table jumps and then slides into your phone.
Does he have a battery meter?
Yes, it's still low.
Is it the same lowness? It's just battery low.
It's warning that the battery's low, but now the cat's like wandering around, not just asleep.
Okay. So I think he's powered by sport. Which means he's like the opposite of person trying to make sport bad. Now he's heavy. Whatever. Training.
Your phone is only a little bit heavier when your phone's on. It's not like 10 pounds heavier.
Okay. And yet.
I mean,
do you know?
Dad can do whatever she likes with
exactly.
her phone.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, when you move your phone around,
Yeah.
it doesn't move the cat around.
Yeah, he stays like in his position on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
He's not like a.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
Okay.
Like every time you just shove him into a pocket, he's just like.
Yeah, and it's a very unusual set of circumstances, and I've only heard of this a couple times in the last 20 or 40 years. There's probably records somewhere. Do you think we should approach the Baroness? Whew, the Baroness Serena?
Because you think that the Baroness knows a lot about this sort of thing?
No. She would know who does.
House of Scrolls is all smarty pants.
Yeah,
It's a better option.
it is a better option. There's at least someone there who might be interested
And
in...
we have a scroll on magic cats. Not magic cats. Treasure cats. Not treasure cats.
Right. Good enough for now. That's probably our best bet. At least someone there would be interested in trying to find out more information. I'm just at my wit's end here in terms of resources. In terms of figuring out... What? In terms of figuring out where to go. Or not where to go, but how to look into this phenomenon further. I know you don't think it's a phenomenon, Mikkel.
I think it's evil.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. I think it has heralded the end of sport.
Death's gonna pull out her wallet and pull out a condom and be like, "We're going to Nerdland. Have fun. Here's a condom.
Yay!
Put my wallet away."
I don't think I'm gonna need this, but better to be prepared. Okay, so I'm gonna say out loud, Burble is now thinking that Det wants him to have sex, and he will keep this in mind going forward.
Burble will remember this.
I mean,
That's the one.
Det is overall, pro sex.
Procreation?
Not necessarily pro procreation. But yeah,
Oh, God.
pro whatever.
Population.
Yeah.
Mm.
But also wants people to practice safe sex. But yeah, clearly that was. She was like, "Oh, we're going to the land of nerds, and he'll be happy."
And is this because it's not
Make sure you
necessarily
aim for the
that he's going to
five-hole,
have an encounter? It's just he's going to be so excited that he's going to need to contain himself.
No.
So the House of
No, I think Burble can get it at the House of Scrolls.
That's the hope. No, we're actually not that far. It's just around the corner. I've been there a couple times. It's a pretty exciting place. I mean, if you like sort of a mess of papers and volumes and encyclopedias.
Oh, God.
I know you won't, but there'll be something there for everyone.
I'll just wait in the canteen.
No, Mikkel,
There is a canteen, right?
Of course.
Yes.
you gotta help us with this, please.
Only because you let me gnaw on you, bud.
Ow. Just gonna mark out an ag here real quick.
Draw circles around the puncture marks to make sure that they don't get bigger.
That's good. Yeah, 2 weeks later, I'm
She's like a brown recluse, right?
You have to like take photos next to like a swatch palette of reds and pinks to make sure that it's not like getting worse.
and a banana for scale.
Yes.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Scale banana.
So I think, well, I mean, Gans is just down the street from the Parliament buildings, aka the Library of Parliament, aka the House of Scrolls. Not aka, but you know what I mean.
So you would know, you specifically would definitely know, you two can decide whether you would have known, that the only way that you can actually gain access to this freehold is if you throw a coin into the Centennial Flame. The Centennial Flame, that is what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
believe so.
Just people looked at me funny. And
No, I just.
let's just make sure before I say it a million times. And
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
think it is.
yes, it is. So the Centennial Flame, it's outside. It's actually kind of on the grounds of Parliament, but it isn't close to Parliament, funnily enough, right? Like,
No, like the buildings are up towards the like crest of the hill, and then there's a river behind them, and then there's like a long walkway down, and then like the
flame.
Centennial Flame. But like, yeah, it's like a multi-block deep park.
yeah, it's a fountain actually. And in the center of the fountain, there is a small flame. Just make sure that the fountain's always warm so it doesn't freeze over most of the time.
Right.
If you throw a coin in, it means that once you get to the Parliament buildings, you can see the entrance, which will take you directly down. You don't have to go into the Parliament buildings in order to access the House of Scrolls, because otherwise that'd be really complicated if the buildings were closed.
Hello, local representative. Oh, I don't care about you.
Oh no!
I'm gonna
Just
go
go into this broom closet.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
But you do basically have to start approaching the Parliament buildings from the Centennial Flame, and then once there, you'll be able to see the door. You have to do this every day. Once you throw the coin in, you basically have one day until the entrance becomes invisible to you again, and you can't get in.
So the regulars stashed up on pennies before they were abolished.
I feel like I probably have.
But
a
it
few
can
of them.
be any coin.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually have to be a Canadian coin. It just must be a
Pennies.
coin.
1.3 pennies.
1.3 Canadian cents. Well, I think if I'll remove like 3 coins from my pocket and pass one out to each person.
Well, I would maybe
or if you have your
change.
own, that's fine too. Yeah.
Nickel.
Mikko.
For a while, I don't know if you Quebec diner mainstay Nickels, you got a second meal for a nickel. That
That's
was
their
their
shtick.
thing. That was their shtick. And then they realized that was way too fucking cheap, and they got rid of it. But they didn't get rid of the
Well,
name.
it's essentially 2 for 1 at that point. Like
Well, it was
that's
also
pretty intense.
established many moons ago when a nickel was worth a
Oh.
lot more.
That's fair. That's fair too.
Partially owned by Celine Dion for a while.
Yeah, maybe still. I don't know.
Maybe
Who
still.
may
No.
appear in this
Nickels is
game.
kind of
Yeah, I haven't seen a Nichols. 84
1 year old?
years. No, actually, I
you
saw
saw a
one
Nickels
in
literally last
2 days ago.
like
Yesterday? Time. What is
Help.
it?
it was last week.
Last week.
Whoa.
Anyway, but it was a food court.
Mm.
Weird. Anyway.
I'm gonna sort of like throw my coin in very deferentially, certainly, but I think we all do. And we're gonna start heading towards the library.
Oh, do you throw your coin in deferentially?
So I was talking to Jen about Pogs yesterday, and I was reminded how you used to like throw the slammer down.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how Mikkel throws the coins with the slammer.
So sad.
I toss my coin like coin toss because that's sometimes how you decide starting stuff
Yeah.
in sports
Yep.
and shit like that. So I do that. Flick it in.
When you get to the flame and toss your coin in, there's always somebody around, right? This is actually a relatively well-attended part of Ottawa.
Yeah, fair.
And past a certain point of time in the day, it's the only thing you can do.
Whoops.
I didn't bag on Ottawa there, did I? I totally bagged on Ottawa.
A little bit.
It's okay.
It's
They
fine.
deserve it a little bit.
Yeah.
When you get there and you throw the coin in, as you start approaching the Parliament buildings, you see that if you just veer off a little bit to the right from the main pathway that's taking you to the center block, there's a little guardhouse, similar to what you would see at Buckingham Palace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in there's actually a trap door which you can open that will lead you down, and then down through a hallway towards the House of Scrolls underneath the Parliament buildings. The advantage of the little guardhouse is that when you go in, you are taken away from sight, so people aren't paying attention to you as you start descending into labyrinths under the Parliament buildings, which may or may not be seen as a dangerous thing, depending on who you're talking to.
That's
The
it.
mists will protect us, right?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
The hallway, or the tunnel, I should say, that leads you, is lit by gorgeous-looking torches that are extended out. But the weird thing is that none of the torches are the same. One of them is wood with what looks to be like cloth that's been wrapped around and dunked in kerosene and just lit. The next one looks like, oddly enough, solar powered, which doesn't make a lot of sense, seeing as how it's down in this tunnel.
Okay.
And a blazing LED light that's just cooked. So the next one is a Tesla coil, and every once in a while, little arcs of electricity combined with a also provides a small bit of light as you go through. And finally, when you get to the end, there's a big set of double doors and a sign up front. And it has written on it in it looks like it was almost chiseled, but it's definitely written with a pen. And it says, abandon hope, ye ignorance. And then just the door.
What does it say? That's English. Can you not? Can't read?
Yeah, she can.
Okay.
Ray 2.0.
Yeah, this is gonna be different.
She just put her fist into her top and lower jaw.
Exactly. And grew like a few feet.
I wouldn't worry too much about this. In case you are worried, of course. Standish has a pretty good sense of humor.
So I should say
He says.
ignorance, CE, not ignorance, TS.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
not that.
Okay. Awesome. That changes my reaction significantly. So thank you for specifying.
I'll keep my joke though,
This much academics.
and I'll and I'll push the double doors open.
When you crack the doors and it opens up, it is just a mess of colored smoke that starts billowing out into the hallway, and you hear a delighted crow of laughter. When it clears, you can see that sitting out in the middle of this rotunda is a table, and on top of it there's a Bunsen burner and 2 Erlenmeyer flasks, and one of them has absolutely erupted with just all kinds of weird, strange looking smoke. It smells vaguely of nutmeg in here. The other flask is sitting on the desk and it's trembling, and on the it's sitting on top of a I don't know if you've seen these before. It is you must have. There's a magnet sitting on the inside of the flask,
Yeah.
and it's sitting on a platform, and it's
so
making
it looks
the
like it's
magnet.
hover.
No, it's
Oh.
making the magnet spin in order to create a vortex on the inside of the flask.
Ooh.
Standing behind these 2 things, you see a Pisky, and he's got just this elaborate blonde swoop of hair, which has singed very slightly on his bangs, and the rest of it's just flowing out behind him, also kind of singed on the end. Dressed in a green vest, and he's just laughing like mad at this experiment that he seems to have in front of him. And off to the side, you see a satyr who is equally wearing a vest, although this one is made more of a well-worn leather. He's got spectacles that are perched on the edge of his nose, and he's carrying at least 4 large quadrilled paper pads in his arms. And as he looks, just like the slightest bit of gray around his hair, it's kind of a salt and pepper thing going on, and his horns quite long and swept back. And he looks and he just shakes his head. And then, as if he doesn't notice that the three of you would come in, he turns around and starts walking towards what are in the back just drawers and drawers and drawers. Not bookshelves, drawers. Some of them are clear, some of them are wooden, some of them are metal.
Boy.
Pulls open one of them that's clear, and he starts dumping the quadrilled notebooks in there. The Pisky just like claps his hands. He's very, very pleased with himself.
I'm rushing up to the table immediately.
This looks like the stuff they do at open house in the science lab that I'd never understand how they did it.
Oh, yeah.
When they like make your penny gold. I still have that gold penny.
Gold penny.
Yeah.
I'm rushing up to the table
I have no idea
immediately.
how they
I know
did it.
better than to approach a weird, wacky chemistry experiment in
Can
progress.
you make my pennies
without,
gold?
without, protective equipment.
But if you
I'm already gone. Yeah, I'm
I
already
turn
running up.
like as I'm asking the question, then you're not there.
Yeah. Excuse me. What is it that you were trying to accomplish?
I've distilled memory out of smell.
Holy fuck.
Doesn't smell the strongest memory?
And you hear language off somewhere in the back.
Oh God. Sorry.
Is memory the strongest smell?
No, the olfactory part of the brain is located close to where memories are processed and stored. That's why the sense of smell is often associated very strongly with memories.
Absolutely. But I've managed to take somebody's memory from their head and recreate the smell of it right here. And then
Nutmeg.
well, I suppose it must actually be a lot of nutmeg. It's Christmas.
This is a memory of Christmas.
Yes.
Wow.
My memory of Christmas. Alone. In my apartment
Oh.
last year.
That's rough, buddy.
Oof.
After my
Uh-oh.
boyfriend dumped me.
That's okay. You've got more Christmases ahead of you, and they don't always have to be alone, but they may always have nutmeg, and you may reclaim the smell of nutmeg.
Yeah, that's
Tried
right.
to make eggnog and I messed it up.
That's okay. That's an adventure.
Yeah.
Put too much nutmeg in.
Cooking doesn't come naturally to everyone.
I really fucked it up.
Come naturally to anyone?
I'm gonna try raising my voice to like talk over the Piskies, like, oh, and then this happened, and then this. Like, I'm just gonna try to raise my voice over it. You're gonna be fine, you know.
I know.
Now you've got all these friends here to have Christmas with instead.
It's true.
I'm gonna stick my hand out and into his line of sight. I'm Burble.
I'm killing.
Killin. It's
Spell,
very
please,
good.
Just because.
K-I-L-I-N? I mean, does it-
K-I-L-I-N, yes.
Thank you.
Killing like villain.
It's great to meet you. I look to the trio.
Are you
for
my new
consent.
interns?
Nope.
Fuck no.
I might.
Ben, no.
Well, not officially, but perhaps maybe
Look,
another.
he
this
may
is a
be
different time.
volunteering, but you can't told us.
Nailed it.
Oh, it's all right. I'll get back to my work.
This is very exciting.
And that's like a distinct, like, his attention was on you, and then
and it's gone.
whoop,
All
and
right.
like now he's just right back into just this.
Okay. All right. Jeez. Okay. Well, I'll step away. I'm kind of watching Killin here. That's a good question, Requiem. Excuse me, Mr. Standish?
What?
Do you have a moment to answer a few questions? We're looking for some information. Or rather, we're looking for some help finding information.
All right. And he closes the drawer that he was at, clops over to you. As he does so, he pulls his vest around himself a little tighter, but by the fire.
Of course.
It will go where indicated.
Do you guys think you would know Standish? Like, do you think you'd
I
have
feel
been here
like
before?
I would be aware. Like I've been
He's
getting in the city for long enough.
definitely a figure in Ottawa Cathane life.
Yeah.
He's definitely been around. People know him, and he's been here longer than most.
Yeah, I feel like I would be aware of the major freeholds and who their freeholder was. At least, like, if I went into loot and saw a knocker that had a buzz cut that was of a certain age, I'd be like, that's probably June.
It would be a troll, not a knocker, but yeah.
I don't know why my brain, I keep reading it and being like, oh yeah, troll. For some reason, my brain,
It's okay.
I decided at some point. Anyway, yes, a troll. And anyway, yeah, the thing. So yes, I assumed as soon as I saw him that he was Standish.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Mickle? Or Liz?
I feel like Mickle has vaguely heard his name before, but has not really bothered to store it in her memory much. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, sort of.
Like, can you picture Valérie Plante right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you could picture her face, her height, and all of that.
Yeah.
So not quite that familiar, or about that familiar.
Less familiar, I would say.
Valérie Plante, by the way, is the mayor of
Of
Montreal.
Montreal. I've only seen her face on like campaign signs, so I don't know whether I could tell you how tall she was. Because I
That's
don't,
fair,
I don't
actually.
watch videos. Like I don't have TV, so I just like read articles rather than like watch
Watch
the
a video
3-minute
of them, yeah.
video that it tries to force on me, and I keep having to like
Get out of
tell
here.
it to
Yeah,
stop
stop
following
this,
me
stop
as I
this.
scroll. Yeah.
Stop chasing me.
Go away.
So he goes over towards the fire, and
Yeah.
despite the fact that, you know, it's the cusp of summer, he sits down. There is a roaring fire taking place, and he just settles down in his chair. There's a bit of a sigh of relaxation, and he reaches over and he pulls out a decanter of what looks to be brandy and starts pouring a few glasses without asking if you want any.
Thank you for having us.
Sit. It's always good to see those of Jan's come around.
We have some information as well that's related to the information that we seek.
Yeah. Well,
It must be hard for you right now.
it is.
Yeah. That's what's brought us here.
Oh, why?
Well,
Someone fucked with our sport.
yes, and there's been
Yes,
a
and?
very unusual situation, and we think they might be related, but we need help. We need help finding information about this, and I'm really hoping that Score's on my phone. I take out my phone.
I also pull out my phone in case.
Your phone is the last phone that Score went
Yeah,
into.
Is
no,
Score
for
on
sure.
my phone?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll take out my phone and then I'll immediately point at Debts.
It's not an app. He appeared at a sports game a few days ago. And also can hop out of the phone and be like a chimera, but also a treasure. You know more.
Yeah, that's about it. Essentially, this is a chimerical creature that's become real. This is a real cat with a chimerical component.
You're talking about a Lycian.
That's right.
what he called himself.
Sure.
Someone somewhere said the word.
The cat, by the way, has fallen asleep again on your phone.
Oh,
More specifically, you're speaking of a quixotic,
Oh, what makes them quixotic?
which I know should actually be quixotic.
we say quixotic in
Okay.
English. We say quixotic in English.
We do. That's legit.
So I'm actually going to check, but I believe
I'm sure Quichotte and
Don
Quixote.
Quixote.
Yeah. Sorry, I like Quebecois.
No,
but in English it is actually pronounced
Quixotic.
quixotic.
Yes. Don Quixote, we do tend to say in English, but it is quixotic.
So, just for people curious about the spelling of it, it is Quixotic.
Standish, I've only ever heard, a few reports of this situation, a chimera being born and then finding its way into the real world. Det heard a story of...
But you said quixotic.
Quixotic.
A quixotic, though, not a description of someone who is being quixotic.
It's one of the recognized types of Lycian.
There are types? They've already started categorizing?
There aren't many, but it's enough for us to start. Yes, we have some ways of categorizing them, of course.
He behaves a lot like a cat, but also hops into phones. I don't know if we can guarantee that he would hang out with you if you want to learn more about him.
So the reality is that he's not actually a cat.
Well, that makes sense.
Fucking knew it.
Behaves like a cat.
Language.
I
Fudge.
just
You
drink
can
the
get
rest of my
most of the way
brandy.
through the word and then not get yelled at by the sponsors who are wanting you to hang out with children.
There's an intention with language. Using a euphemism is just covering over what you meant in the first place.
Stops the parents from yelling at me.
Not
I
me.
sip my brandy.
And I'm sorry for earlier. I was just very excited.
This isn't a cat. This is an intangible quality that has found a way to achieve form.
An intangible reality?
Quality. He called himself, or rather we called him, Score, because that's what he is. He's the score of a game. And we believe that he is somehow related to everything that's been happening these past few days. Either, well, I won't get into my theories just yet, just in case. But what can you tell us? Yeah, what can you tell us about these Lycians?
Lycians really enjoy the idea of puzzles. It's their bread and butter. But at the same time, this being has its own way of moving through the world. It has what we would call a guise. The guise is the cat. That is how they are able to travel in the autumn world. But otherwise, it would appear that this one seems to have affinity for entering into a digital world.
Right. Having been birthed from, so to speak, from a digital scoreboard.
Perhaps. There's still a lot we don't know about them.
Great.
I want to know, is it the chimera that called itself into existence? Lycian. Are they born or are they made? Do we know?
We would probably be more like the concept of chrysalis.
Okay.
They have come into their own soul.
Wow. Fascinating.
That's cool.
Standish, on a maybe a slightly more negative, slightly more distressing question then, are there any reports of Lycians like Score here ever having caused problems? Big problems?
What sort of big problems are you talking about?
The sports being angry all the time and thus canceled?
The sports.
Tell me of this anger.
So, just to start with most recent and related to...
And he reaches in and he pulls out a small notebook
Oh,
from inside of his vest,
shit, nice.
alongside a very elaborate quill, which he then reaches and he pulls up the arm of his armrest.
Yes!
Pulls out an inkwell.
That's very good.
Oh,
and
I
then
thought it was
puts
going to
it
be
down.
the
That's
like
good.
flip out desk thing.
Oh shit, the little like arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's still Inkwell's
That's
good.
cool.
And then he dabs the quill in the inkwell. Go ahead.
Most recently,
You can just sum this up if you want.
tell him most recently about the sports darts thing, and then I go back to the kerfuffles at all the sports games, the one that we first ran to, and then the ones that we went and visited, and
And the ones that we weren't even at.
yes.
Do you add anything to this?
Mickle occasionally tries to like throw in extra, like it was fucking crazy, but she only gets as far as it was far and crazy. So she like bites her hand whenever she wants to swear. Mentions that the cops have been called to a number of these games, that it's getting worse, and that the injuries are getting really bad too. that it seems to go from competitiveness to anger to fear to anger again. Like it kind of shifts in a weird way.
And the speed at which all of this is happening led the city to take action, which you may have, of course you've heard about.
Treating the symptom.
Exactly. It was perhaps on the advice of an autumn person that we met. It was not very pleasant. But I presume that this one person does not hold so much sway over the city of Ottawa.
An expert walks in and waves their expert phallus. It's like there's definitely like a triple side glance towards Standish.
Expert phallus.
Waves their expert phallus, and officials like being able to point to say they had an expert opinion.
May I have your phone?
Don't swipe back too many times on the photos.
Herbal.
He just starts. Purple, remember this.
Hang on, I have a frailty somewhere about this.
It's a photo of.
It's just a photo of her like being drunk with friends or something.
It's a photo of
How
jabbing a
cute.
needle into the condom.
Oh my god.
Wink. I did not do that.
No.
Thumbs down.
Herbal, no.
No. But like, yeah. Anyway.
He starts to like quite gently stroke the screen with one finger until the cat sort of wakes up. At which point he just offers one of his hands, waits, and waits, and waits, and after about 30 seconds the cat just decides, okay, fine, and then steps out onto his hand from the phone and he hands it back to you. And he just sits there with the cat in his lap and he just starts petting it absent-mindedly as he thinks. It doesn't seem like it's the sort of thing that one so young would be able to do. You say that this one was only born a few days ago.
That's correct. There was someone there with him, pointing us in the direction of his coming into being, but at the time I thought perhaps he was being created by this mysterious man. I'm sorry, I didn't get any names.
No, this isn't created by man. This is the feeling and temperament of competitiveness to the point where it can be tallied, the numerical representation of competitive nature. When he says that he is a scorer, that's quite literally what he is.
The intangible quality taken form.
That's right.
Because scores, like, there are lots of games that currently have scores right now.
Except that at the moment there are much fewer in terms of scores that are happening. Is that not right?
Should we go on a road trip to take him to Toronto where there are more sports happening and find out if the sports go bad? And also make sure he doesn't die because he isn't getting scores?
But the sports were going bad before we met the score.
Right.
What?
Were they?
She's correct.
Yes, they were.
Oh, because that one article was from like a couple days ago or whatever.
And then police
Okay.
officers were saying like
Right,
all
right,
week
okay.
they've been
Yeah.
responding to calls,
Okay.
but that it has been getting
That
worse.
is actually super important. Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
That's good to know.
We'll just ship him up to a farm upstate. We'll have a nice time.
Dad, no.
You can run around with all the other scores.
Well, that said, if he's
Oh,
gonna,
look, there's one all.
if he's gonna be,
I love.
That's a good one.
oh, okay. Note to self: take score to tennis match. See if he falls in love. Anyway,
Well, I don't
that
know
is
about-
legitimately something we need to do.
It's interesting that they called it love. There's actually a belief that maybe it was because of the idea that a zero looks like an egg, and so in French it would be l'œuf.
Ugh.
That's
Goose egg.
really
But that's
sad.
not actually proven. We don't know for sure why they
You know a
call it
lot
love.
about score.
This doesn't actually surprise me. The Quixotics are all very much about mystery and uncovering knowledge. Perhaps one after my own heart.
You want to keep him?
He does seem like he'd be right at home in a place like this.
And I don't trust him.
I'm not certain that I could keep him any more than anyone else could.
I mean, cats are cats.
It isn't just about him being a cat.
You can hop into phones and run away.
He's his own.
Unique. Right? One of a kind.
Somebody is trying to eliminate sport here on this city.
Exactly.
It seems sinister enough.
That's something that we're looking into. Of course, Jans is, well, outreach through athletics, through excellence.
What?
What is going on?
Staring at me.
He
He's
holds
old.
he holds the cat
You
still in his lap,
absolute
but yeah, he
asshat.
is indeed kind of leaning forward and just
What?
I was thinking about how you might have answers.
How?
Cryptic.
It's really ominous.
I've seen advertisements for your services.
My coaching? My personal training?
Or my other stuff that I do.
All kind of under the same umbrella.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I wasn't saying anything, but I was saying
We
anything.
were having a drink. We were having a drink.
You're heavily involved in this world.
Yeah.
You don't want to see it go away.
Really fires me up that someone's trying to get rid of it.
And yet you do not trust this one here.
No,
Can you explain why?
because I don't understand it. It showed up on my phone. I did not download it.
Do you know why the sun rises every day?
To tell me it's time for breakfast.
Oh, that's absolutely gonna fuck you up. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Do you understand why the sun rises? The mechanisms behind it?
Are you telling me I should break the sun's kneecaps because I don't understand it?
I'm saying that we don't always have to understand something to be afraid of it, but we also don't have to be afraid of something because we don't understand it. This entire place is dedicated to gaining understanding where once there was none.
Yeah, well, sometimes people being scared of something they don't understand works to one's advantage.
That's true. And yet, I imagine that there are those out there who are scared of you.
Yeah, and maybe I want to keep it that way. Means they call 911 faster. It's for the greater good.
A greater good.
Greater good.
I see. At the same time, I'm here to just let you know that I don't think this one means you any harm. But I've been wrong before.
What should we do?
About this one or about your issues involving sport in the city?
Both.
Well, one of those isn't my concern.
You don't care about sport?
I didn't say I didn't care, but it isn't my responsibility to solve the issue, nor would I be qualified.
Gore seems to be energized by sports happening. So if you're interested in him, then he may be more interesting if there's sports happening.
I'm not certain that he gains sustenance from that. He is Chimera. Admittedly, Quixotics are somewhat more vulnerable to the ravaging forces of banality than others, but I don't believe that he gains sustenance from scores other than it's what he's interested in. It's what is his raison d'etre, and he may not necessarily feel good when there are fewer scores. However, there is some merit to your hypothesis. We can test this.
We tested it once, but we can test many times.
Did you-
Scientific method.
When you tested, was there only the one game?
Yeah, and I
Yes.
won.
Sure, I'll let you establish. I'll let you
Whether
establish
she
that
lost
fact.
or not, she would have said
No,
she'd
you
won.
can establish that
If you'd
fact.
won, she would have said you cheated. It's just the way it goes.
But there was only a few of you, and it was not an official competition.
Right.
And the others, the official ones, there are many that happen in the city every day.
Yes.
All of them being taken away. I can imagine it would be a shock to anyone's system.
It's shocking mine.
Yes,
Thank you.
I can see that. Don't despair. I've seen the way you play.
I didn't realize you were aware of my playing.
I am not immune to the pull of a narrative brought about by sport.
This isn't just important to Mikkel, it's not just important to Jans, it's important to the city of dreamers and Cathana alike.
I agree. To me, this seems like a force of banality, and yet there are elements here that don't add up.
It's like a weird mass simultaneous ravaging thing, but it's also like making summer arts happen, but we haven't seen any trace of glamour.
No.
The unseelie among us wouldn't necessarily agree if I were to say that ravaging a community like this was irresponsible, but I'm sure that most of them would in fact agree that to do so on such a wide scale, in such an obvious fashion to draw attention to it from the mortals around us, is irresponsible.
It's stupid because all they're doing is getting sport canceled and then there's no more chow time for anyone.
Morality
right.
aside. Yeah.
Morality aside.
I am not here to judge the morality of those who decide that glamour is free, but there is a limit. Just because you take a scoop of ice cream doesn't mean you spit in the bowl.
That's a nice.
No, it's a good analogy. I think so.
I would eat it anyway.
You would.
We're making it our goal to sort this out.
The bowl.
We're making it our goal to sort this out.
Wait, what?
Wait. Because, like you said, it's not just Jan's responsibility.
Whole city.
It's the city.
Killing dinner, please. 6 of them.
Are we expecting another guest?
No. No. This is distressing for you, I know. What are you planning on telling your liege lord?
That we're going to investigate. Probably.
I should probably get back to my team. Not just the teammate who called me, but my team overall. And figure out how we as a sports organization can tackle this problem and send a good message out to the kids who are sad that their sports games have been interrupted by this difficult time.
But Lady Genui and Countess Serena will need to know as well. This is a threat not just to organized athletics in the city, but potentially to us all. Perhaps this is only the first step.
The sound of a few beeps and a microwave turning on.
Cover your ears, Burley. Cover your ears.
I'm kind of like quirking my head a little bit at it as well.
Dad is still composing whatever, voice clip she's going to have to produce for her team.
Yeah.
I suppose now's as good a time as any for me to inform you that pledging to resolve this crisis will help you and us and the rest of it. You have motivation.
Don't make decisions on an empty stomach.
And that's why I'm feeding you.
Thank you.
After a couple more rotates around, you hear the beep, and then I don't know if you are familiar
Here it comes.
with the concept of microwave dinners.
Yes.
I have heard of a microwave dinner.
You
Yeah.
have you?
Yeah.
So 6 of them get pulled out of what seems to be quite a large microwave,
Incredible.
and Killen sets
Nerds don't have time to cook.
No, for sure.
Killen sets
Busy
one
this
down in front of Standish first, and then to each of you, holds on to one, and then holds up the other one with a questioning gaze, and Standish just glances at Mikkel once, and he goes, "Oh, right, of course, and puts it down.
I like this place. It isn't as boring as I thought it would be.
It's not boring here, it's just disorganized. Although you have caught me at a time where most of my students are on research in the field.
It's probably easier to try to bring some semblance of organization to it when there's fewer people here. Although science experiments don't tend to help the clutter. And I mean that in the best possible way, I say to Killen, if he's still paying attention.
He's sitting off by his experiment.
Sure.
Every once in a while spooning some of the food into his mouth.
Mm-hmm. I'll be going over there later.
It isn't really... I tell myself every time that I'm going to get things organized in here, and I will keep lying to myself, I think. At least for another day.
It wouldn't be the House of Scrolls if it was incredibly meticulous. Where's the joy in Where's the joy in the hunt? If you know exactly where everything is, you would never happen upon anything you didn't expect.
It would be the House of Scrolls, however I decide it to be.
Yes, sir.
You fucked up.
And he is eating this food like it's the best.
Oh.
It is not. It's serviceable.
not.
Like there's nothing wrong with it, but like I just want to point out in our journey through Changeling, for some reason you've had excellent food provided to you quite often by those of the Boggin persuasion, be it drinks or food that was created for you, or even people going off to restaurants and coming back. This is the equivalent of somebody pulling out a whole bunch of boxes from a freezer section in a grocery store and saying, good enough.
I respect that. Respect that a hell of a lot. I'm just like opening my jaw and pouring the hot food down into my gullet, and then folding up the container, the packaging, and eating that. I do that once. I do that a second time. Whatever it is. Probably enchiladas.
Nice. I was picturing not the Hungry Man, but
Is that what that's called?
there is Hungry Man, but there's
Yeah.
like the non-Hungry Man variant of the same thing that has the chicken nuggets and the mashed potatoes and the corn and the brownie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Brownie. Incredible.
I would turn the label around, but they haven't paid to sponsor us. So you get ingredients.
Suck it.
Oh, but
If
there's
anyone from
box glue on
Meal
it.
Replacement brand would like to speak to us, anyway.
Yes, because that's the concern we have right now.
Good point. Standish, your support in this matter means a lot, and we appreciate that very much. Do you think there are other resources in the city that we should track down?
Somebody had to make the decision to put the moratorium in place. You could go the mortal route, try to figure it out from its source. There's this figure that you spoke of that you saw at the game where this one took life. You could track that one down. Or you could rebel. Act in open defiance of the bylaw.
We could. I know that would be exciting to some of us, and I'm not saying that isn't something I would enjoy as well. I just wonder what it would get us.
Get us sport by any means necessary.
The question, dear boy, is what do you want? What do all of you want?
To fix this?
Someone's doing this for a
Or
reason.
to have it fixed. I don't need to be the person who, hits the nail
with the hammer.
with the hammer.
They're coming for you next.
What do you mean? Oh,
Do you believe
You,
that
yeah,
somebody's going to merely be satisfied with closing down sports for academic institutions?
I don't know.
I'm with Standish. It doesn't seem likely. This
Hey,
could just be a
They
first
can
step.
come at me, bro. Colloquially speaking. If I care about my teammates, I don't want them to get hurt, but if they're so bold as to come at me, bring it on. That will at least let us experience it, know it, and understand it, rather than seeing it happen seemingly arbitrarily.
Exactly. It's the mechanism by which this is happening.
Okay,
that's
so
intriguing to me.
our kickflip, our roller derby competition got canceled, but my games haven't been canceled. But it's summer.
It's absolutely the off season for you.
Maybe I could talk to the league about hosting an exhibition match to appease the disappointment of all these youth, and to try to show the city that all sports aren't bad. And if bad stuff happens, then maybe we'll be showing that sports are bad, but it'll give us information.
I think that's a great
Is
idea.
that scientific method?
You're gonna need to convince someone a heck of a lot.
team.
Well, and the person who's gonna work in defiance to the city.
No,
See,
they didn't cancel semi-pro sports.
Yeah,
you count as professional sports.
Yeah,
not
pro
semi.
sports.
yeah.
They didn't cancel pro sports.
it's true.
You don't have to explain, but at the same time, I do need to make sure that you know. The scientific method is a method, and a good one. But sometimes following your heart is just as good. An old goat like me can't always hide behind hypotheses and tests and rigorous execution when sometimes the answer is out there waiting to be seized, either by the hand or the throat.
It's true.
I'll toast to that.
Like I said, you could go and try to find out who's responsible. You could try to find out who this person was who seemed to have some sort of influence on it that was more akin to our kind than theirs. Or you could rebel. Either way, I think that the three of you will get to the bottom of this. If not for this little one's sake, then perhaps for your own.
And for everyone. This is an outlet, a creation, a place where dreams can come true.
How unselfish of you. I like it.
Well, it's for us too, Mr. Perea, Mr. Standish, sorry. It's for us too. It's not purely selfless, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
One of the defining moments of my life. It was the bottom of the 9th inning. There were 2 on base. We were down by 2 outs. I stepped up. I was 11 years old. It was the first time that my parents were watching. I swung as hard as I could 3 times in a row and I blew it. Lost the whole game. Best thing that ever happened to me. Because while I was sitting there feeling sorry for myself, my father threw a book at me. I don't even remember what the book was, but I remember that it was flying through the air. It fluttered in a way that it slowed down, and it didn't hit me as hard as I thought it would. And I wanted to know why. It was as I was throwing what seemed to be 40 books off the roof of our home. That's the moment that I crystallized. There is such value in winning and having your dreams come true. But one thing that I think many of us forget is that changelings can learn the value of a dream lost as well. It makes room for new dreams. Better ones. But I'm just rambling at this point. Just an old goat.
Hardly.
No, sir.
You sucked at baseball, and now you're great at books.
I'm great at experimentation. I'm miserable at documentation.
Just like, please kill me.
It's good. It was a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
If you hold your competition, I'll be there.
Thank you. Hopefully more eyes will, especially eyes with a brain attached that understands Lycians,
No.
will help us get to the bottom of this.
The cat gets up and jumps into Burble's lap.
It's gonna start petting him. Did you hear that? We're gonna get to the bottom of you. Oh,
I'm gonna put
I
it
don't
in his
know
butt.
if it's really all that appropriate to baby me in such a fashion.
oh, you've matured.
No, you just saw it for the first time.
They grow up so fast.
Standish just starts like quietly, his shoulders start shaking.
I'm gonna pull out my phone and start texting my teammates.
What up?
We should do
It's your girl.
we should have like an expo game to soothe all the people hurting.
I think presumably you're on like some sort of like
Group chat.
group chat with
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah. I want to meet the geese.
Anyway. Thank you for visiting.
Thank you for having us and for the food.
And he pours his second large glass of brandy. And Killen comes by and he starts taking the trays that have not been consumed. And he takes the throw blanket that's on the back of Standish's chair and just places it around his shoulders.
That's really cute. But that doesn't acknowledge that out loud.
No, of course not, no. Killen, if there's anything that we need to look at here and Standish is unavailable, will you be here for a while?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I go out into the field as well. I had to find some of the ingredients that I needed for this. it isn't working quite the way that I wanted to. The nutmeg isn't from Christmas from a while ago.
Ah.
It's from the apple pie that I made yesterday. I didn't soak the apples.
Oh. That's all
You're
right.
supposed to.
You got any more of that pie?
I fed you today
Acting.
already.
Feels good.
And when Mickle just stomps out.
Damn. Sorry.
There's no need to apologize. She's lovely.
Oh, not for Mickle. She can be.
Whoever she wants to be.
Yeah, agreed. She can be whoever she wants to be.
No, I don't know if that's true.
Would you like to say that to her face?
I just think that sometimes people who say that they can be whoever they want to be are just using that as an excuse to be a jerk.
Would you like to say that to her face?
No, no, I'm all right.
Thought so.
Hey.
You could also perhaps keep that between the three of us.
We will. I will. We will.
Okay.
Oh no!
We'll see you again, Killen, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It'll look really weird if you spew that
I
side of the room.
know. I know.
I know what it looks like.
Oh my.
Ugh, I have no idea what that's like coming up through the nose, and I don't want to find out.
No, thank you. Can I get a sense just by looking what the sort of general process of his experiment is?
Sure. Roll me your perception science.
Okay. His specialties. The specialties are the big picture and physics.
Big picture would apply here. Physics, no.
Not so much.
The water goes in the other water.
Wow, two liquids interacting.
For the purposes of this experiment, we'll say that pi equals 3.
Sorry. Gravity equals 10. You're like, okay.
I've seen so many scientific things where they do that kind of stuff, and I'm like, how does this still work?
What was the diff, John?
It depends on if you're doing theoretical physics
I
or
know.
applied physics.
They're like, for a number
difficulty
between
is 6.
1 in 10,000, we'll just
And if
assume
you
it's
have
10,000.
zeros, they just they double.
7 successes.
10,000 people in this room.
Okay, so based on that and based on a scattering of notes that you see around here, you have an instant understanding not only of what he's doing and also what he's doing wrong.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh, verbal.
I know what I'm doing tonight. Fixing.
Burning through some pages and pens.
Yep.
It turns out that he's using a bit too much of certain ingredients, and he's also not using nearly enough of a concentration of his own memory.
Okay. Okay. I'm jotting that down for me. Okay. So I get just like a quick kind of glance, a smile. Good luck with your experiments.
Thanks. And good luck with the old sports ball.
Thanks. Also, ice disc. Wink and point.
I'm gonna say this. Just I'm addressing everyone out there in audience land for a second. It's not cute to dismiss sports by being like, sports ball. I'm not saying that every time you say sports ball.
Yeah.
But like, it's also kind of like, oh yeah, are you playing that D&D, huh? Did you roll your D20s? And you're like, we're actually playing Changeling the Dreaming. And you're like, are you playing a bard?
Are they gonna have sex with everyone? Because that's what bards do.
I mean, in our case, we do have sex with everyone.
yeah,
That's
but we
correct.
don't have to be bards to do
That
it.
is also correct.
Yeah, well, it's just generally don't shit on other people's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sports ball is disc.
But
3, 2, 1.
language.
Thanks, Standish.
I will finish my drink and food.
Yeah.
And
And I think we're heading out and back to Freehold, probably.
On the way, Mikkel is writing something on her notes app on her phone.
And Det is calling a bunch
Don't
of...
forget to eat breakfast tomorrow.
I am legitimately
sun rises.
I'm going to try to look over Mikkel's shoulder without her noticing.
She probably doesn't notice.
I am happy to roll this. I'm very happy to
I'll go
contest
for
this.
it. Why not?
I'm going to try to spy on her phone without her noticing.
You know how some people, when they're startled, they elbow?
Yeah.
She bites.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, it's like,
Red caps don't have
Matrix
to eat
Kiddo and
everything, but
spitting.
like, you know, sometimes you
Dildo,
just go
she
so
spit.
far in that direction, you forget where you are. And you, that's it.
That's fair.
I don't know if this would be like
You know what the answer is, John? More biting. More eating.
100%. I don't know if this would be like perception subterfuge or like larceny or some shit. I don't know what I'm trying to do.
So this is actually
not
going to be
larceny. It's not larceny. I'm not trying to steal anything. Oh my God, John.
You're trying to look.
I thought too
over her
hard and-
phone.
Yeah, over her
Yeah.
phone. Oh my God, John, no.
It happened. It finally happened.
Yay! No, boo.
No, not yay.
Not yay.
I need his brain to drive us to the cottage.
This is actually going
thing.
to
Selfish.
this is actually going to be falling under larceny.
Okay.
Can I do?
'Cause-
Oh,
Oh, you will be able to, because this it's experience with the tools and techniques of criminal activity,
Sure.
which includes things like evading or improving security measures. Now, it's a stretch,
Yeah.
but at the same time, subterfuge doesn't really quite factor into this. So it is going to be perception larceny.
Okay.
You are going to be perception awareness.
Okay.
Or
That
alertness.
That dot has paid off so well this session.
True.
dividends.
I don't have any larceny,
That's
so I'm at a
XP.
+1 diff.
Yep.
Cool. Just that
yeah.
out there.
So
Wow.
6 and 7.
Not bad. 2 successes.
3 6.
Shit.
With 3 dice, a
So
6.
with those 2 successes, you
and a
will
9.
actually get to see what's on the note screen. You will absolutely know that he has been peeking over your shoulder.
Okay. So, what he sees
He doesn't get to
is
see all of it, but he, like the first sentence, so the first thing.
Ill burble.
no,
what?
he can actually read a surprising amount of it.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to be reacting.
Okay.
So it's it's a bullet point of brainstorming ideas for how she's going to offer group training sessions, specifically for teenagers who were impacted by the banning of organized sports, so they can get group discounts and rates. One could probably deduce that she's going to sneak some sports into these training sessions.
that's fair.
But yeah, at the end of these bullet points, which is things like up morale, and morale is spelled with an at symbol, like shit like that. There's like ingredients for like all of the things that might taste really good, like on a burble sandwich. Certain amounts of like
Horseradish?
Barbecue
Wait, how would I know?
horseradish.
How would I know it's a burble sandwich?
It's
Did
called
she
burble
title it?
BLT.
Yeah.
BLT, burble lettuce tomato.
Amazing.
And like it's just but super cash. She's just typing up a recipe that she's coming up with in her mind.
Meanwhile, Det is attempting to leverage her dot of context really early in the campaign with specifically it's in the Canadian women's hockey organization, basically calling her coach
Specific
or
dot of
manager or her
So first you're
such people.
consulting with your team,
yeah
and what you're trying to do is seeing if you can get an exhibition game going.
yeah
But one thing you can do is just have like scrimmages of your team versus your own team.
yeah we can do that for sure, but I'm also going to actually call not just my friends but all, like my co-players, teammates. There we go.
You love sports.
Sport
Wait
colleagues.
a minute. There's nothing in the rules that says like intangible concepts can't play hockey.
Score! Get him!
Well, I don't know. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's a one timer?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
They just absolutely
DMCS.
What's actually interesting is that there are some women's leagues that are now introducing contact play. That's new.
New. Yeah.
It used to be that like all women's leagues, it was like no contact
Right.
at all, and now they're like
Score butt.
That's good at the contact.
Score
Um,
button,
I
But
think they're drawing the line at fighting. I don't think they're going to let fighting into women's hockey just yet. But
Too bad.
on the ice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Twinkle. But she's gonna, she is going to try to bring this up the ranks a little bit. Propose it to the manager or the coach or both.
So the coach
Yeah.
writes back, first being like, yeah, I saw this. It was upsetting to me. We can either do this quickly or we can, try to organize something a bit further out.
Why not both?
Because we don't have the budget.
We could.
Like we can sell tickets and stuff. It's just it takes time to get something going quickly. But if we want it to happen soon,
I think it should be a community outreach thing. And then if it does well and the city doesn't yell at us for daring to sports when we aren't supposed to sports, then we could organize something more long term if they decide to keep the ban in effect. Then we can sell tickets.
okay. Sure, let's do
This
it.
is not a drug analogy, I promise.
We'll start local
Lots of
and
beer.
I'll reach out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, it's the Ottawa Senators. They're all coming to play too. Oh, my God. Oh, they're terrible.
Rude.
Hey, look, I say this. Look,
No.
Montreal's
I like
team
the
was
sense.
dead last in
Oh.
this season.
Montreal was no bueno this season.
Yeah,
That's the real reason we moved.
But we
the
got
campaign
so
to
many
Ottawa.
draft picks.
we are picking first overall.
Isn't that good?
It is. Like it's an
It's good
upside.
now. It just
Yeah, I
sucks
know, I
while
know.
you're in the season being
Oh, it's a
like, oh, you
classic,
can't
like-
buy it.
Can't buy a win.
That's what.
I'll
Dad's
trade you
doing.
one of these smoked wheat sandwiches and poutines for a win.
No? Okay.
No?
Yeah, I just picture Michael being like, "Oh, wait, we were trading it."
Yeah, wait.
When you,
Sure.
when you get back
God.
to the freehold,
Oh no.
Yan has created a memorial.
you see that somebody is holding the door open to the park and ushering in someone small, definitely like a kid or a young teenager.
You had to investigate.
Like, what are you doing? Running up to the door?
I
What the
approach.
fuck are you doing, kid? I'll fucking kill you!
I stroll on over to see what's going on.
Get down on the ground!
Trust no one.
Elbow
Oh my
drop.
god, the elbow!
Are you anti-sport? Get out.
No, I'm anti-sport.
Ah.
It's the kid that you saw Genwi helping. And you see behind it, Genwi is just going like, come on in. Shh. Just quiet. The kid is like looking around, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I should be doing anything bad.
They're both in the park by this point.
No, the kid is still standing outside the park, and Genwi's like, you can come
I'm
inside.
going to hang back in like one of the rows of stock. Yeah.
I also take cover. I don't want to
Yeah.
blow her cover.
I'm covering.
Well, you see, I know the owner, and he said it was okay, and I know it's after closing time, but you can practice in here for a little bit anyway. I made sure that it was okay. She winks at him, and his heart just snaps.
I was
in
gonna
twain.
say,
Like
yeah,
in between
like
boxes of
that
like
kid is now dead.
helmets.
Do you think I could try board? Genovese's eyes just light up. She races over and she starts pulling helmets and elbow pads and knee pads and wrist guards and like, and then she like picks up some Vans and she's like, nah, you're already wearing shoes, and she puts them back down. And then she looks for the right kind of board, and she just is like carrying all this stuff, and she reaches into her jacket pocket and just pulls out what looks like a black credit card and just flings it off onto the desk, and then heads into the park and then closes the door behind her.
Put it on my card, Yan. It's funny.
I'm not on shift. It's not my problem.
Okay. You don't have to convince us.
I'm following to see if I can.
You're like looking into the park.
Yeah.
Does anyone want anything else while there's a black card on the desk?
I don't think we should take advantage of the freeholder
3
that way.
soft pretzels.
They
I
don't
wish we
sell
sold
those
those.
here. You never have.
I heard the
Yeah,
Grand
they
Best
sell them
Inn has a
elsewhere.
magic food maker. Takes
Oh.
laser guns exploding.
I also heard that, actually. I think
I
we should go
want
visit
one.
sometime.
Travel size.
Travel size.
I'm
So-
my size.
Hold still, Purple.
Genwy is showing him how to put on the various bits of equipment, and she's pointing to some. The thing is that she's not
Peeking
the
at his
best at
nickel.
following her own advice, so she like points to the fact that some of the jeans that she's wearing, like there's some tears here and there, and she's like, see, this is what'll happen if you fall down, and like your mom will kill me, and I can't have that, so just put these on, and you're always gonna put this on. And she goes thunk, like right over his head, and she does indeed ride with a helmet most of the time. And then and if you're skateboarding out there, it's actually your fucking wrists, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Protect your wrists, your knees, and your head.
Rollerblading too, yo. Oh my
Oh,
lord.
God.
Yeah,
Lordy
yeah, yeah.
lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to rollerblade a lot.
because they're fingerless gloves.
me too.
They just have
Went through a
hard
phase.
plastic things.
Got them fucking wrist guards.
Those wrist guards like saved my wrists.
Yup.
I would have been
Several
I would have
times.
had no wrists. I would just be like, "Hello, everybody,"
Hi.
and so she, every time that she reaches out her hand to be like, "It's okay, we'll go together," he is so hesitant. But then he like reaches out and he takes her perfect hand. And then she flings him across, just letting him like the board just go across the ground. Like she's not putting him over any ramps or rails or whatever. Just getting him used to the idea of standing on the board while it's moving, and just like, don't kick right now. And she runs back over there and just pulls it again. And then he stops for a second. He's like, why are you doing this? I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Are any of you like making yourselves known?
No, I'm just scrolling my way to Summer to see whether or not I want to interfere / embellish.
I'm a puddle of goo.
But
Absolute puddle of microwaved goo.
That sounds really good. I'll prepare some for me. I would enjoy some more goo.
excellent.
Microwave.
Molten heated goo. I may, if depending on what the cantrip
keep-
outcome is.
yeah,
here,
yeah.
I'm not going to
Might-
interfere otherwise.
Oh, you might interfere.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought that was like the beginning of a
No,
sentence.
no, it's fine.
Look, there's 2 things that you got to know about being a skater. One is that there's a whole culture and mindset surrounding it, and if you want it, it's there for you. But you never ever have to act in any way to be a skater. You just are one right here. And the second thing you got to know is you're going to fall down a lot, and it's going to hurt a lot. And there's going to be times where it'll be frustrating, and there's going to be times where you'll go out and all day you'll try to do one thing and it just won't work. And one day it will. And there's going to be people around you who are going to say that all you managed to do... Are you bunking?
Yep.
Okay. All you managed to do is just jump up and down on a board. They won't know how long it took you to do it. And they won't know how good it feels.
So the door is gonna open just enough for a skateboard to get pushed out and roll out and then get pulled closed, and the
Go skater.
lock's gonna turn.
Pretty good as far as bunks go. Oh shit! And you're gonna
The
lock.
Skateboard
lock's
starts to
gonna
beep.
turn. And I'm gonna cast flicker flies of self-confidence on the skateboard.
So, 4 flicker flies. If I'm looking at Summer.
I think I'm looking at summer.
I have no props.
Since you've been
Bowels.
gone.
I'm going to use the skateboard, but I'm going to cast it on the kid
Yeah, there you go.
instead.
Nailed it.
Okay, if I cast it on the kid, he can still experience it despite being the center of the self-confidence.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Great. Awesome. Yes, then I'm casting it on the
it
kid.
extends to the whole.
That's
area.
my bunk, but it doesn't have
extends
to be
to everywhere the light of
light
the
shines.
chimerical
Perfect.
light touches.
Like.
Everything the light
I was gonna say
touches.
yeah, like Mufasa.
Dark
Is
Kingdom.
self-confident.
Cool.
What about that dark shadow place over there?
That is Laval.
That's Laval. We don't go there so
so rude. So rude.
That is the Glebe.
Sorry, that is the Glebe. Sorry. The Glebe's a lovely place.
Yeah, you're right.
Whole thing
It is.
around.
Sorry.
Not sorry.
So you're gonna make it actor instead?
Actor, yeah, I'm gonna cast it on the kid.
Okay. So this kid, to you, is a personal contact. So it would count as actor 2.
I have actor 3, so that's good for me. So that would be diff 5. So freehold, level 1 bunk presumably, and the fact that it's my affinity realm.
Yep.
Bosh.
Does this mean like an affinity realm's actually gonna fucking matter?
I'm gonna
know,
reroll this
finally,
one 'cause
right?
it was off.
It constantly mattered for Sophia.
For Sophia, yes.
I guess it was Faye.
Oh, you're Faye?
Oh, yeah.
and prop.
Yeah,
she
what
didn't
the fuck
actually
happened to
cast all
me?
that much prop.
Oh, it's
No, Pat just didn't. She was usually
Casting it on other Fae.
On-
chicanery people, chicaning people, and
fucking
legend
sick.
meaning things. Yeah, but that's fine. So I got 3 successes, and it's just a success fail. So
Yep. That's one of the weird
I-
things about flicker
I do
flies.
good.
It actually has no scaling
yeah,
whatsoever.
Yeah.
it just lasts for the scene.
It
If
should.
we find it
I agree.
annoying, we can give it the time related scale, but
No, because it's
intensity.
a level 1 cantrip. I
Yeah.
don't want to make it so like, yeah, if you're here for a year.
no, but it could be like turn, minute, scene.
No, we're not going to worry about that right now.
You can be like, it's slightly better because you got more successes.
So the kid,
You're right away.
the kid says, okay, well, can I try kicking now? And Genwi crosses her arms and goes, oh, okay, big man, show me what you got. And the kid kicks off on the board, and immediately it snakes out from underneath him, and he goes
Ooh.
just face plants right on the ground.
Ooh.
And there's a beat. And then he starts to laugh. He pushes himself up off the ground. And he's not toddling, I mean, he's not 2, but like he just starts running after the board as it's getting away from him. And then he sees that there's 2 boards. And he picks up both of them. And he puts them on the ground. And he steps on one board with
Oh,
one foot.
dude, no.
One board with the other foot. And it starts going like this. And Genwi looks over, and for one moment she reaches out. And for all of you watching, there's an intense feeling of deja vu. As she reaches out, just concern on her face and her mouth opening as if she's about to give a warning. And you swear that you've seen this before, but there's no knowledge of where or when. But it's settling in. This knowledge that you've seen that expression from her before.
Huh.
And by the way, I'm not referring to deja vu, the time.
Right.
Cantrip, yeah.
I have Burble has a pretty deep connection to his pasts with remembrance. Typically, I think remembrance is often used to sort of intuit whether you might know how to do something you wouldn't otherwise know
You're
how to
calling
do.
upon past memory and skill, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to know if I can figure out if that's from maybe knowing that it's for me, maybe it's from a past life.
Okay. Roll me your intelligence remembrance. Your difficulty is going to be 8.
I mean, I have a dot in Greymare.
Mm-hmm.
Would that apply to a roll
You can
to
roll
see
me
what's going on?
intelligence grammar, please.
Sorry,
Yeah,
reach over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Just gonna do that.
Do that.
That's putting a point of willpower.
Booty is in the way.
Wow,
Wild
it's
thing to
2
spend willpower on.
successes.
Okay.
What the
On
fuck?
2 dice.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with my rolls today?
You like put some lead paint on all the low numbers so that they roll.
I'm not
heavy
that
way.
smart.
No, Mickle isn't that smart.
Yeah.
And I got 3 successes. But we'll.
I'm going to keep the scene going, but I've remembered
Yeah.
your successes
Okay.
and I will fill you in as time goes on. The kid says, I can do it. I can do it. And Genwi runs over and says, you know what? I believe you. I know you can do it. But we're going to learn to crawl before we learn to walk, right? And she gently encourages him to put both feet on one board. She takes the other one. And she says, all right, I'm going to show you. And she adopts a goofy stance and starts to kick. And shows him. And he is not good at it. But every time he falls down, he gets back up again. Every single time. You know that your previous incarnations had no dealings with Genwi. In fact, she crystallized probably around the same time you did.
Yeah.
So, no, that isn't necessarily the case, but there is something rattling around in the back of your head. The idea that witnessing something like this is important and shouldn't be ignored. This has happened to somebody in your previous life before, and while you don't have
Okay.
the details, it was a pivotal moment. For you, it is very possible that what you are witnessing is nothing more than just an odd coincidence. It might be that she just reacted in a way that looks perfectly like something from a movie or a television show that you've seen. But it could be likely that something happened in the past that you've forgotten, possibly made to forget, and that this is a triggering visual for you. Or that it's something that hasn't happened yet, but you've marked the moment, knowing that at some point in the future, you'll see this again.
I'm just taking it in. I'm super happy to watch this moment.
Wow.
It sparks joy.
I agreed.
They practice for an hour. That's as long as she dares before she's like, your parents are going to kill me. Look, don't tell them about my rates. We're not gonna get into that. I'm not a teacher. You're an excellent teacher. No. I know I'm a good teacher. I'm not a professional teacher. What do you do as a job? And she stands there for the moment. And there's this like, maybe you'll help me figure that out. But you gotta go, okay? Just get home safe and leave your stuff here. Are you doing something?
I'm just like pretending to be stocking shelves.
Okay.
And I'm
Leave this stuff here. We'll find you a locker, and you can come back here and get it the next time you want to practice. Okay, just until we can figure out a way that we can, make this work. He nods, and he looks like he wants to give her a hug, but there's this intimidation. Not only is she so cool, but she's also so beautiful. And he doesn't. Instead, he just hugs himself as if to contain it. And he smiles, he turns, and he runs for the door.
It has since been unlocked, and that is their stocking shelves. By that I mean,
Like you've taken some things off the shelf.
I'm like,
Yeah.
helmet to the lower level,
Yeah.
shoes to the next level up. Walk along the line, and then like circle back, and then like put them back where they belong.
Yeah, I feel like all three of us were kind of watching, and then as soon as he started running, we're like, oh yeah.
He waves at the three of you
Oh.
as he heads out the door and closes behind him.
Don't be a stranger.
Can I sneak a peek out in the park again? What's Lady Genwy up to out there on her own?
Genwy is sitting now at on one of the just like a kickbox. She's sitting down, and she's got both of the boards next to her on her side. One of them she's kicked up, and she's kind of holding it by the nose. Oh,
Whee!
she sighs for a second. You ever have one of those days? Just sucks?
Yeah.
I've learned that you can do something about it. Just do one thing.
You've made a difference in someone's life today, Lady Genwy.
Not yet.
You don't think?
Soon.
Soon.
But I think we'll end the session there.
Wee.
Clap, 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 clap.
I forgot she's not wireless anymore. And I was like, oh, it would be interesting if she didn't mute herself.
Yeah.
And then now they're just
But
hearing
she
like
muted herself and took the mic off.
I know. I
Ooh.
mean, it's important to mute yourself as well so that you're not hearing like
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Oh.
So we're going to do this as we have done now a few times before. You'll be able to highlight interesting plays from each of you, then put that back out on me, and then you'll gain your experience for today. Then we'll get into whatever the fuck's happening on this week. Get back in the habit of swearing.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, shit, fuck.
Fuck you, fuck, fuck. I mean, should we
We can't start. One of us can start.
Yeah.
No, we're going to wait for Kate.
Yeah, understood.
We're going to wait for Kate. And it is Liz who starts, as she did
The safety, that's right. That's right.
Wow. What was the episode title?
Rocky.
Ooh.
Wasn't it weirdness? It's nice. Commendations on the music, too, John. I really like it.
Oh, your portrait is throbbing.
Oh my god.
Holy! Oh my god!
Is that your special die? Your big chonker die?
Got two of my big chunker
I have two for some reason. Oh, you do have to. Yeah.
You should have two.
Right.
Yeah, they've been great. Actually, my dice were phenomenal today. Thank you,
yeah,
little
yeah,
friends.
It's perfect. You can just pick up those two dice whenever you have to roll intelligence Greybear.
Unbelievable.
And 2 successes. Pretty strong. Well done. No botches.
Oh wait, what am I doing?
Bad for you.
One day there will be a player botch, which hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think there will
There'll
be.
a moment.
Yeah, there definitely will be.
That will be a moment that we will all look forward to. Now I want to see if the captions understand the word botch. Yeah.
That was so good. It waited too, eh? It was like
yeah, we gotta wait for it to figure it out. It was like
You're like mosh. No.
Weirdo.
Damn it, Liz.
These are the small things that give me happiness and joy in life.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh. That's probably when you did.
You wake up in an active volcano.
You wake up in an active volcano. Liz's
my
favorite
setting.
game. It's a whole system. Really.
Sean, quick. You wake up in an active volcano.
I die?
No,
You win.
Yeah, no, you have to. Don't you?
Oh.
You say you have 3 things. You like give them the 3 things that they have.
Right, you have 3 things: a jar of peanut butter, the International Space Station, and a loofah.
We were just about to do the end of the session.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nothing else happened in game. We called it. Yeah, and you got them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I think the words you didn't get were, and we'll end the session here.
Okay.
I would like to highlight Burble at the House of
Burby.
Scrolls. It was so sweet and cute.
Yep.
I'm really glad he got that moment.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
I'm gonna highlight debt here. I thought the idea of because the roller derby thing was like kind of, because some stuff has been canceled and because of the obstacles in our way now, I think the idea of, as Standish put it, kind of rebelling against the system, the idea of using what you have to get the reaction you want feels like a very calculated but still a very kind of Clericon thing to do. And I really liked that. It's cool. I look forward to seeing what happens at this game, basically. Ew.
I enjoyed seeing Mikkel in what might not be a standard setting for her, that is the House of Scrolls, and actually interacting with it rather than just being like, knowledge, meh. Like, I feel like it was nice to see the yes to it rather than the, this isn't for me. So, yeah.
I'll just wait outside. I'll wait in the car.
Yeah.
the
Like
car,
you,
Dad.
yeah, that was the initial proposal of like, I'll wait in the lobby. It's like, no, come on
No,
in.
no. Fuck you.
It is something that I do appreciate, actually, that I'll actually counter with on all 3 of you. It didn't happen as much today for like it happened specifically for you, but it's actually come up a bunch of times that the idea of not immediately saying, well, my character's not good at it, so I'm not even going to bother, or my character's not good at it, so I'm specifically going to avoid it, which I find is like, but isn't it fun to be? But
That's often where a fun story is.
Yeah.
not only that, but also just because you're not specifically good at that one thing doesn't mean that you don't have something to contribute,
Right.
right? Like Mikkel's part of the story, Mikkel's part of like interacting with things like that still was useful, even if you're not a researcher, right? But in much the same way, it's the same thing. Like, you are not actually an athlete,
Correct.
but you're getting involved in all of this stuff, even though, like, yeah, maybe you're not a kickflip McTwist sort of gentleman. That's an actual move.
No, I'm sure.
Kickflip McTwist.
It was the sort of gentleman that that did it for me, actually.
You don't consider yourself a gentleman.
Well,
So yeah, no, I would definitely echo that as well, but I'm gonna spread it across the 3 of you,
oh my.
like butter over too much
Scraped
bread.
over too
Oh,
much
very
bread.
good. Standish Preyas is old Bilbo. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I did want to highlight Standish and the House of Scrolls in general. Such a cool and very different setting
A
from what
very
we've seen
dramatic
so far.
entrance to a place that could otherwise have been like, yeah, there's some books and shit. I don't know,
People
whatever.
reading,
They're
whatever.
everywhere. Who
Yeah.
cares? It could have
It's,
been a very boring place.
I mean, I appreciate
It's not
that.
going to
I'm
be.
very specifically trying to make it so that it's not a library.
Yes.
I love libraries. I worked in libraries for a very, very long time. I've spent a lot of time in libraries, and I really, truly believe that they're magical places. But in role-playing games, they can be boring as fuck. Because you're like, well, I guess we'll go in and find the book we want and do some rolls to see if I find the book. Well,
Yeah.
like, why are you rolling? Because if you don't
Yeah.
find the book, then you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh well.
Yeah.
It's true. It's a
I
good
mean,
point.
but that's kind of how research goes sometimes. But yeah, it's just not
Doesn't always work,
fun.
yeah.
Fun in a role playing game. Not
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I agree with that.
Well, thank you. So, a reminder, your grace period is extended just a wee bit.
Huzzah.
What's going on this week?
as John has alluded to, I think there was a lot of busyness this past week, and I, for one, am thrilled to be back to the streaming circuit. I have plans to do lots of extra streaming in the month of July, although the
How
dates...
about some extra streaming this week specifically?
Oh, yeah? Oh, of course.
I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, done. Boom.
Wednesday's
Easy.
not possible.
Fuck. I forgot. Always.
But Thursday might be.
Thursday. So keep the eye, keep your stick on the ice. Keep your ear to the ground.
Keep your eye on your stick.
Keep your eye on your stick on Discord, because that's where updates will be posted. However, I can tell you on Tuesday, Chief Inspector Stryker needs to find out who pressed mute on Uncle Marcus, because like we kind of got part of the way there. It's too exciting to leave it. I can't leave it. And yeah, that's at 1800 on Biff the Boss.
So the dealio is that this Wednesday and Thursday, when I would normally be streaming, I can't, because I'm not even going to be in the province. I'm going to Ottawa, baby! Except I'm not actually going to.
And then past, and then yeah.
may actually drive through Ottawa.
We'll see what the traffic suggestion is.
Yeah.
I gotta take a photo.
So there's going to be a break. However, Mega Man 1 and 2 got taken down. So Mega Man 3 is on its way soon. But I'm also still looking for other games that we may be able to enjoy and play. So you will see me, but it will be next week, because I'm not coming back until Friday or Saturday.
It's a lot between those two places. Kung Fu Fenris.
So
Thursday, hopefully, then you can catch me pulling some more on my channel as a Steel stream.
Friday, continuing the punch effect.
How close are you, do you think?
It feels like we're getting close, but then I feel like at the same time we're not. In Mass Effect 3, there's that meter, right, of like how big your army is or whatever, and like I don't think we're at that minimum yet.
I can only wiggle my eyebrows so far.
I mean, Mass Effect 3, I found personally, it's like that's a game that you could just dick around for a long time.
There are a
without actually
lot
getting anywhere.
of side quests and extra missions
a lot
and
of
stuff.
things
And they're-
happen.
It's awesome though.
Actually,
It's
you know
great.
where we are. I've forgotten. We're at like a full-on. We're at the heist at the party. Do you remember?
Oh balls,
We're in
you're
the
right.
We're at the party. I'm so
Oh
excited.
my god.
Sorry, it's very exciting stuff.
Good old
What about
heist.
Saturday?
We are starting a new Nancy Drew book.
Oh god.
The clue of the secret of the wooden lady.
It's a ship's mast.
Sail.
Oh, you mean like how they describe all the women in those books?
Unless they're Nancy Drew, because she's
Of
very
course, so she's
beautiful and
attractive.
so smart.
I have a great deal of personality.
I got my Titian hair all over everything.
Oh,
This really takes on the
There
persona.
are,
It's
like-
horrible.
at almost 100, if not over 100.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a
There are
lot.
And my
Literal
family
dozens.
keeps bringing them to me. My mom and my
They
sister
did.
visited last week, and my mom was angry that her luggage was delayed in arriving. Why? Because she had a box set of Nancy Drew to give me.
It's wild.
And we've read 8 out of 10 of them already. I was
And
like,
there's-
"God damn it."
giveaway.
There's also new Nancy Drew coming out all the time. There's Nancy Drew games, Nancy Drew comics, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys.
But this is the best Nancy Drew there is probably
yeah.
on the
Suck
planet. Honestly, though, it is such a good time. They censor all the garbage crap and
That's almost part of the best part.
and then they throw in their own commentary, and the voices are amazing.
Thank you.
I look forward to this one's going to be a sea
it's a good
adventure.
time.
Oh my god.
And like you can jump in on the last 2 chapters
who
and still have a
cares?
good fucking time.
Because these books never make any sense anyway, so you can
Matter.
really tune in whenever. Yeah.
Saturday still?
Yeah, Saturday still. I'll be back with the Crosshair. We're going to continue and not quite finish, but we're almost at the end of our current Doomed campaign. After which, stay tuned because I want to try something a little different in my Saturday time slot. If you know what I mean,
I don't know.
A board game.
Boy.
A board game.
Okay.
which
Cool.
is going to be fun if I can figure that out.
On Tabletop Simulator?
No, a real live
real
actual
life.
board game.
By
Okay.
yourself? With-
To be
It's
determined.
1 to 4 players, so yes, you
Ah.
can play on your own.
I might be there.
But Liz might join. We'll see. I might
No,
just
you
play
put,
myself too.
no, you get the 3 cats. Scott and the 3 cats.
Oh fuck, Ripley, it's your turn. I'm Ripley. Yeah, I know Ripley.
Damn it, Ripley. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Yes, that's Saturday.
Next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we will be back here on this channel with another episode of Changeling Riverwild for your viewing and listening pleasure. If you are not catching us live, we usually post these videos and or audio recordings Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I need to get this ready tonight or early tomorrow. Otherwise, maybe a little late this week to be determined because we'll be out of town.
Yep.
But there will be definitely a session next week, same time, same channel.
Yay.
Thanks for being here. Thanks, of course, to Kung Fu Fenders for stepping in, being there for us. Super appreciated. Honestly, it's been a rough week.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna just make sure that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Just keep going this way, and that way. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.